you ready for Kernels baseball? The Class A affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels plays right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. Now, in his 8th season bringing you the fun of Cedar Rapids baseball, here's the voice of the Kernels. He's the one, the only, John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Cedar Rapids Kernels, that's a good time road.
Good Tuesday morning. It's beautiful, sunny, breezy, and a crowd expected as the Kernels and South Bend Silverhawks conclude a 4-game series. The Kernels aiming to gain a split and hoping to erase the memory of a drubbing last night that we suffered 16-4. The Silverhawks jumped all over the Kernels. Well, it's the second year in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, and still the aspect that makes folks' jaws drop down and say, wow, is the show, the entertainment that's put on here, focused around the sound system and the new video board, the Rockwell Collins Game Link. The man who coordinates all of that is alongside this morning as our dugout interview guest. We're back in a minute to visit with Andy Pantini, Colonel Director of Technology and Graphics.
You know how it is to have a good friend, someone who stands by you during good times as well as the bad. That's the kind of friend Dave Tobiasen at Family Insurance Center can be. Dave Tobiasen is your Pekin insurance agent in Monticello. Whatever your insurance needs, you can depend on Dave Tobiasen. Dave will settle your claims as quickly and conveniently as possible. See Dave Tobiasen, your Pekin insurance agent at Family Insurance Center in Monticello, for insurance coverages at competitive rates.
Budweiser True Music is music created for real music lovers by real musicians, like Tyler Connolly of Theory of a Dead Man.
I know a guy that has actually got a routine he does. He goes, well, from 8 to 10 a.m. I do songwriting, and then from 10 to 11 I do yoga. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. You know, you just got to, just like, to me, when it comes to me, comes to me. I'm not going to force anything.
This moment of true music was brought to you by Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Along with Metro Studios, the luster has not worn off the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. In fact, we haven't even reached the zenith of the honeymoon. Folks still marvel at the technology and the fun and the entertainment. And I wanted you to shed some light on that because it's not just a matter of coming in and pushing a couple of buttons. You have to prepare like I do 4 to 5 hours minimum before we start a game.
That's correct, John. I spend a lot of time working with Dana St. Germain, our Director of Entertainment. Excuse me, and Tammy Klagas over at Metro Studios. We've kind of developed a little bit of a routine, but as you know, with all the groups we have out here, that routine is always subject to change, and we have to sit down each day, go through the script, and say, okay, what are we doing today? We have some on-field contests we don't do every day. We have some on-field contests we have to do on weekends. So, I mean, we have a lot to take into consideration. And when you add in the mix of a group that wants to come in and maybe give away prizes, or they have a video or a performing group they want, that while it certainly makes things interesting, it's certainly not an impossible task.
Yeah, you guys do a great job preparing and with that flexibility. And Andy, I don't know what it is. Well, I think I know what it is, human nature, but people just love seeing themselves, their group, or their name up on that video board.
Well, it certainly is the nature of people to like to be recognized, and we certainly work hard to try and recognize as many people as we can each night. We haven't seen too many people that have been unhappy to be up on the board. In fact, most of the people are kind of always itching to get up on the board. So, I mean, it's certainly... There's certainly plenty of, I guess we'll call them targets of opportunity every night during the season. So it's something that people are excited about, and we are trying to build on that excitement and keep coming up with newer and better things.
Oh, we are. Things have gone great this spring, Andy, and we've been front-loaded with all these home games. I wanted you to talk a little bit about how you and Metro are able to coordinate things so well. I don't think people realize that Metro has a full crew here. And, Andy, first of all, how many cameras are at the ballpark?
We have 3 cameras running at at all times. We have cameras on the above first and third base. We have a camera located above us here in the press box that gets the high crowd shots. And then we also, from time to time, will use a handheld field camera when we do our Dairy Queen birthdays and our pregame stuff. But as far as the crew, not counting Kernel staff, Metro has 3 camera operators and I believe 5 production people. So it's an 8-person job. In addition to our staff, we probably have anywhere from 12 to 20, sometimes up to 20 people a night involved just to get the game done.
And that takes a lot of coordination and teamwork. Who is the person that would say, for instance, Camera 2, take that action down in the plaza section? Who barks out the orders and who coordinates it?
Well, there's really 2 different sets of orders that would be given out. Al Schmidt, the owner of Metro Studios, is pretty much our director. He has a bank of monitors where he can watch every camera at the same time and pick the best shots to put up on the board. Tammy Clegis, we mentioned earlier, she also works closely with Al. She talks to the camera people, the sound person, to get the right stuff on at the right time. She kind of has a script. As we go, we have a script. It's just like a television show. We go around, we check off everything. She kind of makes sure things get done. She tells Al which commercials we're going to play, which promos we're going to do next, and where we need people at, and he relays that down to the camera people so that everybody's in the right place at the right time. On the other end, I work very closely with Dana and our fine staff of interns to get Kernels personnel to the right place at the right time. They're doing an excellent job this year. I tip my hat always to Dana. She does a great job, and I tip my hat to the intern staff. We go through a lot of interns just because we have some spring interns, and now we're progressing into our summer interns, and they're having to learn very quickly in a very short and sometimes a very intense environment. When we have big crowds like we're expecting this afternoon, it can sometimes be difficult to get people in the right place at the right time because we're at the mercy of the game. We can have an inning that lasts forever. We can have an inning that's 3 pitches. And if we're not ready to go, we've got to have a backup plan and shuffle the schedule around. So we're rigid, but we're very flexible as well. I mean, it's kind of it's hard to explain to people that without being in the trenches. The overall appearance we want to give to the fans is that everything's running smoothly.
And it has, Andy. The analogy I make is you guys are like a fire station, and when that alarm goes off 18 times a game, down the pole you go and spring into action. Andy Pantini does a wonderful job helping put on fun entertainment, a show, essentially, every day and night here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. He's our Director of Graphics and Technology, and we'll wrap things up with Andy here on this Tuesday morning in a minute.
When we met at Spaghetti, we would never forget the Giorgianos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini. Or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. Zio Gianos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Gianos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
When you need group transportation, there is only one name you need to remember. That name is Tri-State Travel, transportation provider for the Cedar Rapids Kernels and hundreds of other schools, organizations, and associations in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and Waterloo area. Check our unblemished safety record, compare our pricing, and then climb aboard one of Tri-State Travel's modern deluxe motor coaches and experience our award-winning service. Tri-State Travel, the leader in motor coach group transportation.
Andy, we've talked a little bit about how everything gets coordinated between our staff and the great folks from Metro Studios and how it evolves into a wonderful show, including that giant Rockwell Collins Game Link video board. The sound system, we had to tinker with it after last season because some fans thought it was too loud, others thought it didn't carry to their section. This season, what kind of feedback are you getting on the acoustics?
we're getting much better feedback. Obviously, with the new facility, there's some tweaking that has to be done. A week before the season started, we were able to get in here with DB Acoustics, the people that put the sound system in. We were going around to different parts of the stadium, checking levels, making sure all the speakers are working. And one major improvement we made this year was to get the audio operator down in the front row next to a window. Before they were trying to work off of a monitor, and it was very difficult to gauge just how loud it was. And I think this year we're doing a far superior job to last year. I think people are having a good time. It's not too loud. It's not too soft. It's just really, and I guess I would say anything. It's just something that is born of trial and error. The first year we didn't get in the stadium real early. This year we had the advantage of being able to be here basically all winter and kind of plan and scheme. And once the snow melted, we got out here, got after it, and got the system tweaked out. So I think the sound system is one of the finest in the league, and the people that we put on it, Carla, our on-field host, and Dale Broder, public address announcer, we make them sound as good as we possibly can, and just add to their talent and go from there.
Well, Andy, thanks. So my final question has to do with the little perk that each Kernel home player has, home team player here at home has. They can come to you and say, Andy, I want this soundbite or music clip played when I come to bat. We only have a second, but are you surprised at the variety and the choices that the guys make? It's kind of both superstition and I guess what they're liking, their passion in music is.
That's right. We have everything from Latin, Hispanic music, from Alberto Caspo and Eric Ibar down to the theme from the Dukes of Hazzard for Alex Dvorsky. So it certainly is a diverse group of players we have this year. They are superstitious. If a player's not hitting well, I can expect to have him pay a visit to my office and say, look, I'm not hitting well, we got to change something. So he'll come up with some new music. Sometimes it's a challenge because obviously we are trying to run a family show here. And as people know, sometimes there's some objectionable subject matter.
Rap music
sometimes. I'm not always going to blame rap music, but we certainly, and the players have been very good. This is compliment them all. They have done their homework, and they've been very cooperative with us. And all we can do is reciprocate and be cooperative with them.
Well, Andy, you and your staff put on just a wonderful show. And regardless of whether we win or lose, it's always more fun to win. It's fun to come out here, and that's due in large part to your hard work. Thank you this morning, and as this 8-game homestand rolls ahead with the opener of a 4-game series starting Thursday night here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, please treat yourself to a $5 meal at Zio Giano's. So much good for so little money at Zio Giano's. The pasta that will make you sing, Andy Pantini, is at Zio Giano's. Thank you for this dugout interview this morning, and keep up the great work.
John, it's always fun to be here and sit down and talk with you, and looking for a win today, and hopefully reel off 4 more wins.
Sounds good. Andy Pantini, our dugout interview guest. I'll set the starting lineups for this series finale. Kernels and Silverhawks, noon start. We'll have them after this.
Okay, so I'm dropping my daughter off at daycare, and as I'm walking out, I see myself in the double door. Uh-oh is right. My hair looks terrible. My ends are all scraggly, and my roots. Did you see my roots? I can't believe I've been walking around like this.
Have you tried Costco?
Oh, I'd love to get my hair done, but who has the time? With work and the kids, I barely have time to find matching socks, let alone time for my hair. Besides, I need the works.
Just go to Cost Cutters. They'll have you in and out and looking great in no time.
Yeah?
Yeah. At Cost Cutters, the stylist will keep you looking great with a new cut, some color, even highlights. Check out mine.
Oh, so Cost Cutters is your secret.
Yep. I even get my favorite products there. You know, shampoo, conditioner.
That's it. I'm going to Cost Cutters.
Right now?
My roots, thank you.
There are a dozen Cost Cutters here in our area, each offering a relaxed, convenient hair care experience with no appointments and no hassles. Cost Cutters makes things easy and affordable with professional stylists who care about you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Good Tuesday morning, Eastern Iowa. That's right. Tuesday morning, we're getting set for our 4th noon home game of the season, and the Kernels will try to gain a split in their 4-game series with the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the 2001 World Champion Arizona Diamondbacks, the South Bend Silverhawks. The Kernels won the opener here Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening 12-3, then relinquished the lead 3 times on Sunday and bowing to the Silverhawks 6-5, and then last night, a game we just need to erase completely from our memories, a 16-4 rout of the Silverhawks over the Kernels last night. A pair of lefties scheduled to go. Micah Posey will make his second start for the Kernels. He's a 20-year-old southpaw and Arizona's 3rd-round pick from a year ago out of James Madison University in the Colonial Athletic Association. Jared Doyle, a lefty on the hill for the Silverhawks. South Bend skipper is former big leaguer Vaughn Hayes. And here's the lineup he'll send up this afternoon. Jerry Gill leads it off. He's the shortstop. Switch-hitting left fielder Jared Ball will bat second. A former Cub farmhand, designated hitter John Mark Sproul will hit third. Sproul had 5 hits last night. Sean Llewellyn, a big lumbering first baseman from Vanderbilt University, will bat cleanup. He's at first base. Nielsen Talon, a former Chicago White Sox property, is at second base this afternoon. Talon has played outfield in the first 3 games of the series. He's at second this afternoon. He'll bat 5th. Hitting 6th for the Silverhawks is their third baseman. 2-run double last night, 2-run homer last night. Kerwin Hakabo at third base, batting 6th. Hitting 7th and catching his first action in the series is Joe Wilkins. Rudy Santiago will hit 8th for South Bend. He's in right field. And batting 9th, the center fielder, Richie Barrett. On the hill is Jared Doyle. The southpaw, 21 years old, is 2-3 on the year, a 2.93 earned run average. Doyle's last start was game 1 of a doubleheader Thursday at Pullman Field in Beloit. He and his Silverhawks beat the Snappers 3-1, and Doyle went 7 innings, gave in Beloit just 1 run on 3 hits. He struck out 4 and walked 2. A lefty, Arizona's 3rd-round draft pick last year, Jared Doyle, is pitching. It's his 8th start of the year. That's the starting lineup for the Silverhawks. Allen Motor Company now proud to bring you the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup. It's a special time out at Allen Motor Company, I-380 Boyson Road, exit 25. Allen's is celebrating their 100th year in business, serving all of Eastern Iowa. And how are they celebrating it? With a special Centennial Celebration sale that features an unbeatable offer. Your first year's maintenance free. That's right, your first year's maintenance is absolutely free when you buy a new vehicle right now during Allen's Centennial Sale. One great example of the value at Allen's during their Centennial Sale, a 2003 Buick LeSabre is just $20,999. That's a savings of $5,000. Your choice of a $3,000 rebate or 0% for 5 years on a 2003 Buick LeSabre at Allen Motor Company. Visit Allen's now. Your first year's maintenance is free during their Centennial Sale when you purchase a new vehicle. Here's the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup this afternoon. B.J. Weed, who sat out last night's game, is leading off in right field with his .331 average. Hitting second, he leads the league in runs scored with 33. He tripled in 2 runs last night. Second baseman Alberto Callaspo. Hitting third in the Allen Motor Company order, the shortstop at hitting .329, Eric Ibar. The catcher in the Allen Motor Company order this afternoon bats cleanup. That's Jared Abruzzo. Caleb Mayers in left field. He'll bat 5th. The first baseman bats 6th. That's Jake Mathis. Alex Dvorsky will serve as the DH and bat 7th in the Allen Motor Company order. Matt Brown is at 3rd. He'll bat 8th. And hitting 9th, switch-hitting center fielder Quan Cosby. Rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup this afternoon, making his second start, 20-year-old lefty Micah Posey. Michael out of Tallahassee Community College was a 5-2 loser in Dayton in his professional debut. That was Thursday night. Well, a lot of kids are on hand here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, and it's great to have you with us. You're tuned to The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Our in-studio engineer is Bev Taylor. Let's pause now to honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran flat, the guns bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sail us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Well, you can hear by that reaction we have a big crowd here on this Tuesday afternoon. And we want to thank one of our great Kernel sponsors here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium and on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, Jungie Automotive Group, Jungie Ford in Center Point, Jungie Lincoln Mercury Isuzu on Collins Road in Cedar Rapids, Jungie Chevrolet Pontiac in Anamosa, and Jungie Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Center Point. 4 great locations, one great name, Jungie. The sun is shining, the wind is blowing, and it's 54 degrees, a perfect Tuesday afternoon for baseball. And we're glad you're with us here on the Zone. Bev Taylor is our in-studio engineer. We'll enjoy the fun of Kernel baseball here on the Zone in just 1 minute.
This is the time of year for all sorts of special occasions. Graduations, weddings, plus the usual birthdays and anniversaries. Your friends at Solid Waste and Recycling remind you, wrapping paper cannot be recycled. Once the presents are opened and the party's over, your options are put the gift wrap in the trash, or better yet, reuse the wrapping paper instead of throwing it away. Remember, don't put gift wrap in your blue recycling box. Either reuse the paper or discard it with the rest of your trash.
Burger King welcomes you to stop in anytime to enjoy our great sandwiches your way. Try our flame-broiled Whopper sandwich and make it a combo to make it a meal. Treat yourself with a creamy shake or a pie to sweeten up your day. You have 6 locations to choose from in the Cedar Rapids, Marion area. Bring your family and friends before or after the Kernels game. At Burger King, you got it!
Micah Posey is on the hill for the Kernels, a lefty who pitched very well in his professional debut last Thursday at Fifth Third Field in Dayton. He went 5 innings, gave the Dragons just 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 5, walked 4, and he'll pitch at home for the first time this season. And the first man up on this bright, sunshiny Tuesday afternoon for South Bend is Jerry Gill. Jerry, a .224 batter, a homer, 16 RBIs. And Gill last night was 2 for 5, a grand slam in the 6th inning. Jerry is 3 for 11 in this series. The Silverhawks have on their gray road uniforms with black hats, black sleeves, black socks, black numbers trimmed in gold. The Kernels in their white home uniforms with red socks, red numbers, red letters trimmed in black with blue caps and red bills. Ball 1 is upstairs. From the Kernel Southpaw, Micah Posey to Jerry Gill. Micah works quickly and delivers a strike call. The plate umpire is Aaron Banks. He is adorned in a dark navy blue windbreaker. His partner also in a windbreaker down the first base side, Will Robinson. The 1-1 is a beautiful fastball tailing away on the outside corner, and the count is 1-2 to Jerry Gill. Michael Posey takes about 8 seconds between deliveries, and a curve, a swing, and a miss. Jerry Gill fans. And these Kernel fans, many of them school kids on a field trip, are happy as Micah Posey has fanned Jerry Gill Now Jared Ball, who served as the leadoff batter in the first 3 games of this series, steps in. The switch hitter batting right-handed. Ball was 1 for 4 last night. And he backs away from a pitch inside, ball 1. The Kernels have Matt Brown at third. Up the middle, Ibar at short, Kayaspo at second. Jake Mathis over at first. A high pop foul headed towards the plaza section. Strike 1 to Jared Ball. Ball is hitting .281, a homer, 12 RBIs, and he has 13 steals and 18 tries. The Kernel outfield left to right, Mayer, Cosby, and Weed. The catcher's Abruzzo, Micah Posey's 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, a dandy let-up that had the batter way out in front. What a glorious day for baseball, and the fans are still flowing into the seats below. Strike 3 called! A delayed call by Aaron Banks, but he pulled the trigger and punched out Jared Ball. That was a fastball that nipped the outside edge, and there are 2 out quickly here in the Silverhawk first half inning. South Bend ranked second to last in the league in hitting. They're only hitting .236 as a team. That was why it was so tough to endure last night's shellacking. They scored 16 runs on 15 hits. A left-handed batter, John Mark Sproul, who had a third of those hits, 5 of them, takes a strike called. John Mark, playing bare-armed as the designated hitter this afternoon, has 2 homers, 19 RBIs. Micah works quickly and delivers low and in a ball. John Mark Sproul lifted his average by virtue of his 5 for 6 night last night above the 300 mark, a .307 batter, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. And Uncle Charlie, and the bender is low and away, and it's 2-1 to the former Cub minor leaguer. We saw him as a Lansing Lugnut in the year 2000 and 2001. John Mark Sproul, he's from Shelton State Community College in Alabama. And Micah misses outside, ball 3 to the left-handed batter. Sproul was 5 for 6 last night. He scored 3 times. He drove in a pair of runs. He's a left-handed batter with an open stance. And he's ahead in the count 3-1. Ball 4 apparently was below the knees, and a 2-out walk issued by Micah Posey. Micah making his second Kernel start. A very stiff wind is blowing out from the third baseline towards the right field foul pole. That's how I'm reading it, at least. It is windy. Big Sean Llewellyn stands in, and ball 1 is inside. Llewellyn is built like an NFL lineman. He has big shoulders. Actually, he's built like Charles Atlas. He has a triangular-shaped body with those broad shoulders and thin waist. And he takes low, ball 2. So Micah Posey has run into a bit of control problem. Difficulties here in the top of the first inning. He struck out the first 2 Silverhawks, walked John Mark Sproul on 5 pitches, and he's fallen behind the cleanup batter, Llewellyn, 2-0. Swing and a foul into the screen, and that's strike 1. Llewellyn hitting .225, leads South Bend in homers and RBIs with 4 and 22 respectively. TV9's John Campbell's a welcome guest this afternoon. John behind home plate, acknowledging us with that wave of the left hand. Great to have sideline Freddie on hand. A foul just to the right of John Campbell evens the count 2-2. John is standing right behind home plate to the right of the plexiglass doors that the umpires enter the field on. And we're glad to be his guest up here in the zone. That is, we're calling the game on the zone, and John's picking up our sound down below. The 2-2 with 2 out. Breaking ball high, ball 3. Llewellyn, 1 for 5 last night, 23 years old. He's from Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. He scored a run, he drove in a run, and he's 3 for 12 in the series. The runner will be going on this 3-2 pitch. There he goes. Ball 4, I'll be darned. Boy, our pitching staff has just been smitten with walks this season. We just walk too many guys. It's that simple. Now we're in some 2-out difficulty, 2 on, 2 out, and here comes Eric Bennett, the Kernel pitching coach. That'll give us a chance to review Halo happenings, results from around the Anaheim organization last night. Our parent club, the 2002 World Champions, were idle. At AAA, former Kernel right-hander Brandon Emanuel lifted his record to 2-3. Salt Lake pounded Portland 9-1. Former Colonel catcher Tom Gregorio drove in a run for Salt Lake, and Trent Durrington had a pair of sacrifice flies. Trent, a former second baseman with the Kernels. Arkansas's game at Wichita was postponed due to rain. They're already making it up as part of a doubleheader this morning. And we'll tell you how Rancho Cucamonga fared in a moment. Nielsen Talon, a right-handed batter, takes just high, ball one, a fastball. Rancho was led by Jeff Mathis, who doubled home a run, and former Colonel Nick Gorneau, he singled home one. And Jake Woods, a stellar lefty for the Kernels last year, pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. He was the winner. Jake, the lefty, is 3-3. Ball 2 inside from Micah Posey. Micah looked great the first 2 hitters. He struck out Gill and Ball, but now he's walked Sproul and Llewellyn, and he's behind right-handed hitting Nielsen Talon. 2-0. Micah Posey, a 6'5" lefty, just 20 years old, has come set below the letters. The 2-0. Strike called on the inside corner at the letters. Darcy Ehrman, we want you to introduce yourself to our 2 guests, Phil Andrews and his friend Bruce. We have guests here, and we'll be introducing them in a more formal manner in the middle innings. But Phil Andrews is here from Andrews Weidenhammer Pekin Insurance. Here's a high foul pop down the left field line. Matt Brown made a good play. He had to go 90 feet down the left field line, and the third baseman made a good play with that high sky and sunshine and wind. Nielsen Talon fouls out to third, and that ends the South Bend first inning. No runs for the Silverhawks, no hits, 2 walks. There were no Colonel errors, and the Silverhawks leave a pair. And after 1/2 inning, it's South Bend nothing, and the Kernels coming to bat.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today. There's nothing more exciting at the ballpark than watching the ball leap off the bat and clear the center field fence. The perfect swing can change the course of a game and set the pace for the season. At Rockwell Collins, our employees step up to the plate every day and swing for the fences. Whether it's creating products that travel the world, delivering solutions to customers, or lending a helping hand in our own communities. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners in making Cedar Rapids the best place to live, work, and play. The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron motor oils and lubricants from the Otson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Otson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Otson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Otson Oil Company at www.otson.com.
Well, Micah Posey pitched around a couple of 2-out walks and got Nielsen Talon to foul out to third. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first inning. And B.J. Weed, who sat out last night's ball game, is back in his customary leadoff spot, tied for third in the league with a .331 average. No homers, 15 RBIs. B.J.'s 3 for 10 in the series. And on this bright, sunshiny, breezy Tuesday afternoon, B.J. will face lefty Jared Doyle. Doyle was a very good pitcher in college for James Madison. They're not a baseball powerhouse, but he and his twin brother helped lead James Madison to a school record 44 wins last spring. A pitch is a strike at the knees, a fastball to B.J. Weed. Doyle, as a senior with James Madison, won 11 games, and he was an all-star in the Northwest League last year in 8 starts and 8 relief appearances. He went 4-4. He's 2-3 this year with an ERA of 2.93. BJ whistles one foul into the net, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Jared Doyle has pitched 40 innings, only given up 31 hits in 40 innings, fanned 28 men in 40 frames, walked 18, He's pitched 2 complete games, including a 7-inning Game 1 doubleheader victory in Beloit on Thursday. He gave up only 1 run in 7 innings to the Snappers. BJ lofts one into shallow right. Rudy Santiago does not have to move a step, and he makes the play. BJ Weed on an 0-2 pitch hoisted one into right for the first out of the Colonel first inning. Rancho Cucamonga, with their 2-1 victory behind Jake Woods last night over High Desert, has reached the 500 mark. The Quakes are 22-22. Tyrone Boykin's AA Arkansas team is 23-20. The Anaheim Angels, the 2002 World Champion parent club of the Kernels, 21-21. And the Kernels 2 games below 500. Salt Lake is 6 games below 500. Eric Ibar lifts his arms up as one goes right by his letters, ball 1. Not out Eric Ibar, Alberto Callaspo. Alberto, first in the league with 33 runs scored, hitting .327. He tripled home 2 runs last night in the third to tie the game. A curve, and he loops it foul into the sweeps behind home plate. 1-1 to Alberto. That's right, in the third inning last night with the Kernels trailing 2-0 and 2 out and 2 on, Alberto cranked a triple into the right field corner. It was his second triple of the year. Even with the bag at third, is Jacobo. He's only 4 feet off the line. A swing and a pitch fouled straight back to the base of the backstop, and Jared Doyle has gotten ahead of the first 2 Kernels here in the first inning. The South Bend pitching staff is good. They're 6th in the 14-team Midwest League with a team ERA of 3.46. The center fielder, Richie Barrett, is playing Callaspo into right center. Doyle working from the stretch, which is very unusual for a starting pitcher. And a pitch squibbed foul past third by Callaspo. Alberto examines his black lacquer bat and sees that it is not cracked. That's right, a starting pitcher, Jared Doyle, making his 8th start of the year, is working from the stretch. Last year with Yakima in the Northwest League, he started 8 games. He relieved in 8 others. Callaspo, along with Ibar, terrific 2-strike hitters. They have no fear with 2 strikes on them. A curve, and it's lofted into right, and it'll be caught by Santiago. Rudy had to run a ways for this one, back and to his left, and the wind was pushing it away from him, but Rudy Santiago was able to lasso it in, and there are 2 out here in the Colonel first inning. The batter, Eric Ibar. Eric hitting .329, 5th highest in the league, 2 homers, 23 runs driven in. Eric Ibar leads the Kernels with 12 stolen bases. Eric was 0 for 3 last night. He was lifted in the 7th inning. Justin Hancock came on to play short, and Justin doubled in the 8th inning and scored a run. The first pitch to Eric, a beautiful Uncle Charlie, is a strike called. Well, the Plaza section is 80% full with school kids. And we're seeing more and more of those white Toyota Financial Services Thundersticks, the kids reading 250 minutes to earn those. A ground ball foul pulled outside of third. In fact, down below to our left, we see about 6 or 7 kids with those Toyota Financial Services 250-minute Thundersticks. An off day tomorrow. And then we open a 4-game series with the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Texas Rangers. The Clinton Lumber Kings come a-calling. It's perfect game baseball card night Thursday. The gates open at 5:30. The 0-2 to Eric. Ground ball to short. Jerry Gill has plenty of time. He throws low, but out. Ibar made it a lot closer than I thought it would be as he grounds out to his counterpart at short. And we can see why Jared Doyle has an ERA of under 3. He got the Kernels to hit his pitches in the bottom of the first inning. The Kernels go down in order, and on this beautiful, breezy, cool Tuesday afternoon, we played an inning, and the Kernels in South Bend are scoreless.
If you're looking for something, there are many helpful tools. A telescope, when you're looking for something big. A microscope, when you're looking for something small. Or bare feet, when you're looking for lost Legos.
But if you're looking for a family doctor, the most helpful tools are your telephone or your computer. Simply call Mercy Care Family Physicians at 369-4444 or visit our website at www.mercycaredoctors.com for all the details on the Mercy Care Family Practice location nearest you. You'll find the Mercy Care Family Physician best suited to your needs, including those who offer special services for... So if you're looking for a family doctor, choose the right tool for the job. Call 369-4444 or on the web at www.mercycaredoctors.com. Looking for a family doctor has never been easier.
With spring weather here, well, summer is allegedly following. Well, time to call the A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. The A-Team will check your cooling system to be sure it's working right. Of course, if your heating system is acting up too, then you're still going to need that for a few weeks. The experts at Ahern will come to your rescue 24 hours a day. So call the A-Team at 393-4872 and have your heating and cooling system checked up. 393-4872 for the A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
A litany of schools being read off by Colonel Public Address Announcer Dale Brodt. That's because so many school children are here today. We're sure glad you're with us here on the Zone. After Micah Posey struck out the first two Silverhawks, walked the next two, but then got out of the jam. He fires high, ball one, to Kevin Jacobo. Jacobo was a one-man wrecking crew last night. In his number 9 position in the order, he socked a 2-run double in the second inning, then belted a 2-run homer in the fourth inning, and a curve is in the dirt, ball 2 from Micah Posey. Micah accompanied us to 2 elementary schools yesterday morning on behalf of Toyota Financial Services. Pearson Erskine, a swing and a miss as Jacobo chased a pitch way high and outside. And Micah told us during the Toyota Financial Services school assemblies, reading program assemblies, that his father is an athletic director and baseball coach at a Christian school in Florida. A letter-high fastball is a strike, and Kerwin Jacobo looks absolutely bewildered at the plate umpire, Aaron Banks. Good to see the umpires at all levels of baseball calling that letter-high pitch for a strike. It should be. The 2-2. Corked into left. There's Caleb Mayer. 2 steps back, and he has it. Kerwin Jacobo flies to left. 1 away in the South Bend second inning. The Silverhawks, as we said, are rated second to last in hitting in the Midwest League, a .236 team average. They're 11th in the league in home runs, 11 of 14 teams. They've hit 15 home runs in 42 games. But they're third in the league in steals. They've swiped 56 bases in 42 games. A strike to Joe Wilkins, a right-handed hitting catcher who wears his socks up high. Joe kind of looks like a catcher. And he's a right-handed batter with an open stance. He shoots one into shallow left. It's going to fall foul. Foul by a foot as the breeze took it from fair ground into foul ground beyond the Colonel right field bullpen. No chance for Mathis, Kayaspo, or B.J. Weed to get close to it. And it's 0-2 to Joe Wilkins. Joe has played in 7 games as a Silverhawk, hitting .211, no homers, 1 RBI. Wilkins is from Ohio State, a Big Ten product. And he takes a pitch way high, ball 1 from Micah Posey. Remember, we talked about Big Frank Howard last night on our Colonel Did You Know question. Howard hitting 10 home runs in 6 games in 1968. Frank Howard played at Ohio State, baseball and basketball. Surprise, Frank didn't play football at 6'8", 240. Ball 2 taken in the dirt by former Buckeye Joe Wilkins. Wilkins was signed as a free agent by the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's in his second year of pro ball. Rests the bat on his back shoulder and takes high and in, ball 3 from the Colonel lefty. Well, one thing we've noticed, and it's not a criticism, the Colonels just don't take nearly as many pitches as the teams we play against. We're a much more free-swinging outfit. Doggone it, a 3-2 pitch is low. we were ahead of Joe Wilkins 0-2, and we lost him on a base on balls. 3 walks in the early going for Micah Posey. 1 on, 1 out. Let's see if Vaughn Hayes, flashing signals from his third base coaching box, is going to put a hit and run on. Rudy Santiago take a long look at his skipper. Rudy's a left-handed batter, wears number 1 on his back. And the runner goes. A pitch, a swing, and a miss. The throw to second, not in time. It skipped by the shortstop Ibar. Kayaspo is backing up the play. Alberto trying the hidden ball trick on Joe Wilkins, but Joe would have none of it. So a guy you would figure is a lead-footed catcher has stolen his first base of the year, Joe Wilkins. Indeed, as we suspected, a hit and run was called for. Rudy Santiago missed the pitch, but Abruzzo's throw skipped by the shortstop at second. Now Rudy Santiago takes low and away for a ball. We compared these Silverhawk road uniforms to the road uniforms of the Pittsburgh Pirates. With the gray and black and gold, that's what big league team they most closely resemble. The 1-1 from Micah. Downstairs, ball 2. It's interesting. When we played the Dayton Dragons, they had not a tad of red in their road or home uniforms, and the Silverhawks don't have any purple in their uniforms. Purple, of course, the dominant color of their parent club, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Oh, a fastball was ruled low. It's ball 3 to Rudy Santiago. Doggone it, Micah Posey's having to make too many pitches here in the early going. No score, top of the second. Runner at second for South Bend, 1 away. Santiago's a .229 hitter, no homers, 8 RBIs. Ball 4 outside. The 4th walk in the early going by Micah Posey. And all the Silverhawks are doing is standing there taking pitch after pitch after pitch. Jared Abruzzo in his red shin guards and red chest protector out to have a few words with Micah Posey. Now the Colonel catcher back behind the dish. Richie Barrett was 0 for 1 last night. He came on as a pinch runner. Or check that. That was on Sunday. Last night, Richie Barrett was 0 for 1. And he takes a strike called. Barrett pinch hit last night. He pinch hit for Jared Ball in the 7th inning, and he struck out. Richie's a right-handed batter with an open stance. A double play ball to short. Ibar steps on the bag, fires to first. An inning-ending, twin-killing 6-3, and the crowd loves it. Richie Barrett hit one on the infield, a one-hopper. Ibar gloved it, stepped on the bag at second to force Santiago through on to first to complete the twin-killing. For the visiting Silverhawks in the second, no runs, no hits, 2 walks, a stolen base, no Colonel errors, and a 6-3 double play ends the Silverhawks second. They left a runner on. They've stranded 3 in the first 2 innings. And after an inning and a half, Colonels nothing, South Bend nothing.
Tune in each Saturday morning from 9 a.m. until 10 for the KCRG Coaches Corner. It's Eastern Iowa's only year-round coaches show. Join me, Scott Unash, along with Pinky Primrose, as high school coaches from the metro and the area discuss the big games in their teams. That's the KCRG Coaches Corner program, each Saturday morning from 9 until 10, live from Cedar Rapids Pizza and Provisions at 2125 Wiley Boulevard, southwest in Cedar Rapids, only here on your prep sports leader, The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG.
John Wilson Sports, your team representatives have some great deals on Bison outdoor basketball standards and backboards from $298 and up. Let your basketball career take flight with the Bison Nighthawk. It includes a quick change, adjustable pull, and flexible goal. It's perfect for any member of the family. All Bison backboards come with a 10-year warranty. John Wilson Sports also has a wide selection of baseball, softball, and soccer gear with the lowest prices on bats, balls, gloves, shoes, and track spikes. John Wilson Sports is taking orders now for team uniforms. Let their experts help you decide what fits your budget as well as your team. John Wilson Sports at the corner of 1st Avenue and Collins Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids.
When it comes to retirement planning, think big. Think about an individual retirement account from Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call Donna Mooney in Cedar Rapids to find out how an IRA can allow you to defer taxes until you retire. You have big plans for retirement. To help you get there, think Farm Bureau Financial Services and call Donna Mooney in Cedar Rapids. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
For the Kernels, no, he won't. Jared Abruzzo will in the bottom of the second inning. Jared 0 for 3 last night, 3 for 10 in the series. The switch hitter will bat right against the lefty who works from the stretch as a starting pitcher, Jared Doyle. No action in the big leagues this afternoon, everything under the lights. Ball 1 is a tailing fastball outside to Abruzzo. South Bend's outfield plays Jared straight away and deep. Abruzzo hitting .270, 5 homers, 25 RBIs, team highs. He swings through a changeup and tipped it foul into the catcher's mitt, strike 1. The marquee games tonight in the big leagues on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, of course at Fenway. The Red Sox and Yankees play game 2 of their series. Our parent club is at home to host Baltimore at Edison International Field. A curve is a strike call to Abruzzo. It's delightfully cool here this afternoon and breezy. Everybody wearing a jacket or sweatshirt. Ball 2 is upstairs to Jared. And the joint is jumping this afternoon. A lot of school kids are here. Uh-oh, that wind is just blowing some things off the deck here. That wind can be something. The lefty stepped off. In the National League tonight, the Cubs visit Pittsburgh. The Cardinals are down in Houston. Swing and a miss by Jared. A fastball that ran away from him. Strikeout number 1 for Jared Doyle and 1 out in the Kernels' second. Caleb Mayer bats. Caleb was our dugout interview guest last night and told us how much he values having worked with former Oakland A great Joe Rudy. Joe Rudy has instructed Caleb since his ninth grade year in high school. And Caleb still likes to email Joe Rudy. Joe is a real estate agent now in Oregon. But remember how Joe Rudy helped lead those Oakland A teams of the mid-'70s to 3 straight world championships? It's ironic because Caleb has an open stance and Joe Rudy had a closed stance. But they communicate very well. A 1-0 pitch is up and away, and Caleb's ahead 2-0. Caleb Mayer has had 4 hits and 12 at-bats in this series. A 2-run double in the 8th inning last night. He's hitting .281 in 17 games. No homers, 11 RBIs. The kids answer the bugle call of charge as Caleb Mayer swats one foul up onto the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. Boy, they're having fun up there this afternoon. A lot of folks standing and eating their lunch as they watch from above the Colonel first base dugout. Doyle to Mayer. A high fly ball into deep right center. Richie Barrett in front of the warning track. One-hands it 385 feet away. Caleb Mayer got good wood on one and got it up into the jet stream a little bit. But Richie Barrett calmly drifted back and one-handed it in deep right center. 2 gone and 5 in a row retired by Jared Doyle. Jake Mathis digging in from the left side. The Colonel first baseman batting 6th in the Allen Motor Company order. 2 out in the Colonel second, no score. Jake hitting .269. Bloops one foul just above the third base Silverhawk dugout. And a youngster in the first row winds up with a souvenir, an honorary lifetime Colonel contract, and a free spaghetti dinner to Zio Giano's when he shows that baseball at the Blimpie Guest Services booth. The 0-1 from the lefty to the Colonel left-handed batter Mathis. Strike 2 called, a fastball. Jake Mathis, 1 for 4 last night. Told us on the dugout interview a couple of weeks ago that he loves the opportunity to bat against left-handed pitching. He hasn't had that chance this year too often. He lines a base hit into right field. On an 0-2 pitch, Jake Mathis drilled one into right, a one-hop single in front of Rudy Santiago. And that's the first Colonel hit of the afternoon. Oh, Jake Mathis relishing the chance to play against the southpaw. Displays to manager Todd Klaus that the confidence that Klaus vested in Jake was well-founded as Jake ripped a single into right. Here's Alex Dvorsky, a guy that should hit very well against this southpaw. Alex hitting .216, a couple of homers, 11 RBIs. Does have a good swing and was jammed and fisted one in the air behind home plate for strike one. Our Culver's small fry is standing down below, ready to take the field between innings and get the autograph of her favorite Colonel. And we'll tell you about that neat new promotion as we go along here in the early innings. The 0-1 to Alex. A curve, a deep drive to left, maybe out of here. Off the top of the wall. They're going to wave Mathis home. He's going to score. On a double, belted to the base of the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion by Alex Dvorsky. The kids are jumping up and down. Alex Dvorsky has slugged a double to the base of the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion, and he drove home Jake Mathis. 1-0 Kernels. I just had a hunch that Alex Dvorsky might feast on this left-hander, and I mean he drilled a bullet off the base of the Randy Keel Confidence sign in left. And with two out, Jake Mathis scored all the way from first. Dvorsky with his sixth double of the year, his 12th run driven in. He's in scoring position for Matt Brown here in the bottom of the second inning. The Kernels have struck for the go-ahead run with two outs. A curve stays down and away. Ball one to Matt Brown. Alex Dvorsky jolted one. I mean, he hit a bolt off the base of the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion in left, and that picnic pavilion is teeming with picnickers this afternoon. And it's 1-0 Kernels here in the second inning. The 1-0 to Matt Brown. A curve, a strike on the inside corner. Brownie had a hit last night. It had originally been ruled that he reached on an error, but it was changed to a hit. So Matt Brown is 3 for 12 in the series. He could give the Kernels a bigger lead here in the second inning with Dvorsky at second. Swinging a foul straight back by Matt Brown, and he's in the hole 1-2. Man, you can hear it in our crowd microphone, can't you? The kids are having a blast here today. And we're delighted to have hopefully over 4,000 on hand here. Those kids are making some noise because the Rockwell Collins Game Link says, let's hear some noise. A changeup and a swing and a miss by Matt Brown. Matt Brown fans to end the Kernels' second inning. The Kernels strike with one run with two outs on 2 base hits. There were no Silverhawk errors, and the Kernels leave one man on. And after 2 innings, it's the Kernels leading South Bend 1-0.
The new Veterans Memorial Stadium is among the most awe-inspiring attractions in our great community. The most common remark made by first-time visitors to our new ballpark is simply, wow! The dazzling giant scoreboard, the roomy seats, the spacious concourse, and yes, the numerous women's restrooms all evoke that wow reaction. The most alluring element of all, though, is that perfectly nurtured, lush, green field that composes the diamond. Thanks to Peck's Flower Garden and Landscaping, the aura and magic of the Field of Green in the new stadium can be replicated in your very own yard. That's right, the experts at Peck's are teaming up with the renowned Colonel Grounds Crew to award one of you with a Field of Green lawn makeover this spring. Just stop into the Garden Center at Peck's to enter. The Peck's Field of Green dream could be yours. Register this spring in the Garden Center at Peck's, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast.
When it comes to fun in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium,
Nothing compares to the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub. As you bask in the soothing comfort of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub, you'll be taking in the action from a breathtaking perch just above the left field wall. Register for your chance to be drawn as the winner of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub by visiting Westdale Mall. 1-0 Kernels, top of the third. Little Haley Enterkin, a 5.5-year-old, just got the thrill of a lifetime as our Culver's small fry of the game. Micah Posey's first pitch is a high fastball swing and a miss by Jerry Gill, who struck out opening the game. Yes, little Haley Enterkin, a 5.5-year-old, just took the field as our Culver's small fry. Here's a bunt foul outside third, and it's 0-2 to Jerry Gill. Haley got that chance because she registered at one of the area Culvers, one of our two Culvers frozen custard and butterburgers. One's in Hiawatha, I-380 Boyson Road exit, right across from Allen Motor Company's campus. And the other Culvers, where Haley or your daughter or son can register for your chance to be drawn as our Culver's small fry. That Culver's is on the southwest side in front of the Windsong 12 Theater Complex. Just stop in and enjoy some of the great delicious Culver's frozen custard or world-famous butterburgers. You don't even have to buy anything, no purchase necessary. But we encourage you to register, and maybe like little Haley Enterkin, your daughter or son can be drawn as our Culver's small fry. Take the field with a Culver's cap on, get the autograph of their favorite Kernel player on that Culver's cap. A 2-2 is strike three call to Jerry Gill. Jerry Gill is rung up. He's unhappy with the call by the plate umpire Aaron Banks. He strikes out for the second time. Third strikeout for lefty Micah Posey. And as our Culver's small fry, he'll not only get a chance to take the field and have the Culver's cap autographed by a Kernel player between innings, Mr. Shucks will also present your daughter or son with a certificate good for a free kids meal at Culver's. A bunt to the base of the mound. Off the bat of Jared Ball, and making a good fielding play and whirling and throwing the runner out is Micah Posey. Jared Ball tried to bunt his way on, and that bunt attempt was thwarted by Micah Posey, who calmly fielded the ball, whirled, and threw to first. And that's a big play because, as Mike Kuhlbeck has noted in our game notes, the Kernel Director of Public Relations and Marketing, Mike Kuhlbeck, has noted that Kernel pitchers have committed 7 errors in our last 12 games. So a very fine, calm-mannered toss by Micah Posey as he got Jared Ball trying to bunt his way on. 1-0 Kernels, top of the third, 2 out, nobody on, as John Mark Sproul, who walked in the first, takes a strike. It's 1-1. Boy, this ballpark is humming with activity. The 1-1. A high pop-up. This will be an easy play for Matt Brown. It's a fair ball, now a foul ball, and it turned out to be not so easy of a play as the wind wreaked havoc on it. But John Mark Sproul has ended the Silverhawk third by fouling out to third just outside the bag. Matt Brown snuggled it in. A 1-2-3 inning for Kernel lefty Micah Posey, as he does a great job in disposing of the top 3 in the Silverhawk order and protecting a Kernel lead. The Kernels come to bat in the home half of the third on top of South Bend, 1-0.
What can I help you with here at Big Time Motors?
Well, I'm looking for a used car. I like this one. What's the price?
Listen, lady, I don't sell prices. I sell cars. But I guess if you must know, it's this.
Wow, that's $2,000 more than the one low price on the exact same car at Randy Keel Honda. And I didn't even have to ask them. Randy Keel has the prices posted for every car on their lot.
Well, we've got the best service department to stand behind our vehicles.
Really? Randy Keel showed me they're #1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. How do you know yours is the best?
My manager told me.
Thanks, but I think I'm going back to Randy Keel Honda to get the best price and the best service.
But I can throw in a free air freshener to put over the rearview mirror.
Nice try.
Randy Keel Honda understands what you need when you're looking for a new or used car. They post their prices clearly, so you don't have to guess, and they'll never pressure you. That's why they're #1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. And they just won the President's Award from American Honda. Come find out for yourself. Randy Keel Honda is on Center Point Road in Cedar Rapids. or you can visit them at randykeel.com.
Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support one of our community's most renowned and cherished assets, the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees believe in the core values that comprise the essence of Kernel baseball: fun, wholesome, affordable entertainment for us all. As you look ahead to the many joys of summer, your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees encourage you to visit the fabulous new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees, embracing Kernel baseball, a community treasure.
Wright is first up against lefty Jared Doyle. 1-0 Kernels, bottom of the third inning. This is our 27th home game of the year. We're 14-12 here at home, 7-11 on the road. Ball one inside, gets past catcher Joe Wilkins. Quan hitting .224, no home runs. 10 RBIs for the Kernel number 9 hitter, who was 0 for 4 last night. A 6th round pick by the Angels in 2001, Quan Cosby uses a two-tone color bat and takes low, ball 2. That breeze is hard to gauge, but I believe it's blowing now from the left field foul pole to the right field foul pole. And we may have over 4,000 here this afternoon. Big crowd. The lefties 2-0. A bouncer over the hill. I don't think they'll get Quan. The shortstop can't make a play. It was do or die for Jared Ball between the mound and second. He tried to barehand the second hop. Nothing doing. An infield single for Quan Cosby. Boy, it's good to see Quan putting the ball in play, because when he puts that ball in play, good things happen. B.J. Weed at the plate, and I have a feeling that Todd Klaus may do some hit and running. That is, Quan may be running with B.J. trying to poke one. There goes the runner, and it was a hit and run, and B.J. lofted one foul onto the Papa John's Plaza. Boy, is it great to see folks out on that Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion, and a whole lot of people are just above the left field wall. It's 0-1 to B.J. Doyle, a long look at first. B.J. drives one into center. Richie Barrett right there, though, to make the catch. Oh, B.J. Weed got good wood on one, but lined out to center for the first out of the Kernel third inning. 1-on-1 out for Alberto Callaspo. Oh, it's just something about day baseball in the middle of the week that is very uplifting and inspiring. You know, for years, the reason Philip K. Wrigley wouldn't put lights in Wrigley Field is he thought baseball was a game designed and meant to be played during the daylight hours. And there's something to be said for that. I don't know what it is about playing underneath a blue sky and sunshine, but it's very, very redeeming. The first pitch to Callaspo. Instead, a throw to first, and Quan dives back in safely. I know this. A lot of the former Cubs were either completely enthralled with all-day baseball at home, or some completely turned off by it. I'll tell you why the ones that liked it did. Here's a double play ball to short. Jerry Gill underhands to Talon. Nielsen's throw to first, a wild throw, but holding it first is Callaspo. Well, Quan Cosby did a good job in upsetting the card at second. He got right in on the feet of Nielsen Talon, who made kind of a feeble throw from second. Not nearly in time and not enough on it to get Callaspo. Alberto may be running as Quan is forced 6-4 for the second out of the Kernel third inning, 1-0 Kernels. The Cubs that like playing during the day all season long said that they really could get into a routine. And the routine was very simple. They'd get up about 9 o'clock in the morning, go to Wrigley Field, play their game, come home in the afternoon, have dinner with their family, and go to bed early. Here's a high pop foul over the Colonel first base dugout onto the grandstand roof, strike one. And I, for one, would love to go through a season sometime with all-day games. I know that's impossible in the modern era. But then the Cub players who didn't like it said it was very hard going from all-day games to the road where there were so many night games. It kind of threw off their internal clock. And, of course, many have argued for years that the Cubs have not won a World Series because the day baseball in the summer takes a lot out of you in terms of steamy, hot, muggy days. I've never bought that theory. Especially at Wrigley Field. April and May are delightfully cool during the day. Now, if it was in Cincinnati or St. Louis, that's another thing. Ball one is low to Eric Ibar. It's 1-1. So, what do you think? Do you long for those days of yesteryear when all the games at Wrigley Field were in the afternoon? I know the neighbors do. The neighbors at Wrigley Field despise day or night baseball because it creates a parking nightmare. A high changeup, but it's rolled foul off the end of the bat to the Colonel dugout. And Eric Ibar's in the hole, 1-2. 1 on, 2 out, bottom of the third, and the Colonels lead South Bend 1-0. Yeah, we can't wait to see this afternoon's attendance figures. It may start with the number 4. Eric lines a single into right field. Cayaspo will get on his horse, and he'll gallop to third. The throw to third is in time, and he's out. That's all right, because we love to go first to third. Rudy Santiago threw a one-hop strike to Kevin Hokobo, and Hokobo had the ball waiting as Cayaspo was called out at third on a base hit into right by Eric Ibar. In the Colonel third inning, no runs, 2 hits, no South Bend errors. Cayaspo cut down trying to go from first to third on a base hit into right to end the Colonel third inning. The Colonels leave one man on. We've stranded a pair. And as we go to the fourth inning, the Colonels lead South Bend 1-0.
Life is a process of continuous change. Each of us has to be prepared to adjust to constantly changing events. One way you can make sure you're taking care of all the changes in your life is to visit Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews in Cedar Rapids. You can depend on Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance professional, to give you sound advice on insurance for your home, auto, life, and health. See Phil Andrews at the Weidenhammer Andrews Agency in Cedar Rapids to make your life a little easier. Here's a fact about the new Veterans Memorial Stadium I bet you didn't know. All of the grounds surrounding our community's newest source of pride are maintained by Greg's Lawn Service. That's right, it's Greg's Lawn Service that provides you with that initial lift when you approach our magnificent new ballpark. Greg's Lawn Service can put their first-class signature on your yard, elevating it to the same immaculate condition you see around the stadium. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest since 1983.
It's a network like no other. I'm KCRG TV9 Storm Team meteorologist Denny Prairie, and I'm talking about the TV9 Weather Spotters Network. In sunshine, rain, or snow, TV9 Weather Spotters keep their eyes on eastern Iowa's skies. And, just like TV9's powerful First Alert Doppler radar, they're a part of eastern Iowa's most effective severe weather warning system. The TV9 Weather Spotters Network, an important part of your 24-hour news and weather source, KCRG TV9.
One of the most often asked questions when fans call into our front office is, when is baseball card set night? Well, thanks to Perfect Game, it's this Thursday. Micah Posey, protecting a one-run lead, fires inside, ball one, to the cleanup batter for the Silverhawks, Sean Llewellowitz. That's right, the first 1,000 kids 12 and under receive a set of Colonel baseball cards. The gates open at 5:30 this Thursday. The game starts at 6:30, and Perfect Game on Rockford Road, one of our nice neighbors, stepping to the plate to sponsor the Colonel baseball card giveaway night. A strike on the outside corner. Now a big lollipop curve is upstairs. It's 2-1 to Llewellowitz. Sean drew a 2-out walk in the first inning. Colonels have out hit South Bend 4-0. Lead them 1-0. A high little Fly ball into shallow right. B.J. Weed, wary of that wind, put up his left hand and caught it. Sean Llewellowitz made a bid for a Texas League single to open up the fourth, but his looper carried out to B.J., and there's one out in the South Bend fourth inning. 3 1/3 strong innings by lefty Micah Posey. He's now retired 4 straight. Nielsen Talone, who fouled out to Matt Brown at third and the first, bats for the second time, and he squares to bunt, and he's sent spinning out of there. A pitch high and inside had Nielsen Talone running for cover. Talone was a regular for the Burlington Bees in the year 2000. He played 126 games. He spanks one off the end of the bat foul towards the plaza section. Jake Mathis runs out of room. That's right, in the year 2000, Nielsen Talone hit .249 for Burlington, 14 home runs, 55 RBIs. Talone was 3 for 3 here in the series opener, a Colonel 12-3 triumph on Saturday. South Bend took the next two Sunday afternoon, rallying from deficits 3 times. They beat us 6-5, and then last night was 16-4 Silverhawks. Here's a high, lazy pop-up to the right side of the Colonel infield. Out on the edge of the grass in right, Alberto Callaspo makes the play. Nielsen Talone has popped out to second, with Callaspo drifting back onto the outfield grass in right to glove it. And that is now 6 in a row, set down by the Colonel 20-year-old lefty, Micah Posey. Micah had kind of a scraggly, dark 5 o'clock shadow beard in Dayton, his first start. He's clean-shaven here this afternoon. A bunt attempt, the pitch is missed by Kervin Hokobo, and it's strike one. Hokobo spells his last name Jacobo. His teammates call him Jacobo, and that's because swing and a miss. That's because most of the English-speaking fellas sometimes forget, as I do, that J in Spanish is pronounced Y. Or else we'd call Alberto Callaspo Alberto Callaspo, and we don't do that. Strike 3 called! Wow, that's the second straight inning that Micah Posey has roared through the South Bend lineup. He retires the Silverhawks quickly and in order for the second straight frame, and he's now retired 7 in a row. 7 in a row retired by Micah Posey. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Colonels hold a 1-0 lead over the visiting Silverhawks.
All Night sounds like this. Tom Izzo joins us here on All Night on ESPN Radio. Do you really fine your coaches or any people on your staff $50 if a cell phone rings when you're holding a meeting?
Sure, especially the players. As Magic says, this is the day and age where the players have more cell phones than the coaches, but you got to find those guys if they're in those meetings.
Does that go to the Michigan State Athletic Department or the Coach Izzo expense account?
Tom Izzo retirement fund.
Only on Todd Wright, All Night on ESPN Radio.
It's an information jungle out there. Predators are after your money, looking for that credit card receipt left behind, that blank check you lost. Any information to help them claim another victim of America's growing crime, identity theft. Don't give information to people you don't know, and report suspected fraud to your bank. Learn more at www.aba.com. And stay out of the jungle. This safety message is brought to you by Bank Iowa, Iowa's hometown bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing.
It's a fast-paced world. Things change at the speed of sound, yet some things never change, like your desire to deal with a solid, dependable car dealer. Zimmerman Ford has been around for 31 years. They still deal with a handshake and a promise to be there after the sale with quality service. Zimmerman Ford Town is Eastern Iowa's largest volume Ford dealer, and you don't get that way without being rock solid. Check them out on the web at FordTownUSA.com or in person on First Avenue in Cedar Rapids. Ford, BMW, Hyundai, and Mitsubishi at Zimmerman Ford Town.
Can you believe this weekend is Memorial Day weekend? We told you about Perfect Game Baseball Card Day. Night, this Thursday. The gates open at 5:30. The game starts at 6:30, and the first 1,000 youngsters 12 and under receive a set of Colonel baseball cards thanks to Perfect Game. The next night, Friday the 23rd, Commercial Federal Bank will thrill you with a spectacular post-game fireworks show. That's this Friday, a 6:30 start here at home against Clinton. Commercial Federal Bank Fireworks Night, Friday the 23rd. Jared Abruzzo struck out his first time, and he serves one foul into the plaza seats. Strike one down the right field line. That's right, Friday, Commercial Federal Bank brings us fireworks. The most popular draw in all of minor league baseball the last 50 years, fireworks. The 0-1. Low, ball one from Jared Doyle. The Colonel run came with 2 out in the second inning. Jake Mathis on an 0-2 pitch line to single into left. Alex Dvorsky followed with a double off the base of the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion in left. The 1-1 to Abruzzo. A high fly ball into shallow center. Richie Barrett 3 steps in, looks up without glasses on, and makes the catch. Without sunglasses, that is. Abruzzo flies to shallow center. 1 gone in the Colonel 4th inning. 1-0 Kernels. Yeah, that'll be something. Commercial Federal Bank Fireworks Night this Friday. Then Saturday, the gates open at 4, a 5 o'clock start. Caleb Mayer scoots back from a curveball. Inside, ball one. Sunday, a first ever promotion that ought to be a sellout. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Half price hot dogs. The game starts at 2. The gates open at 1. Everyone coming to the game Sunday receives a coupon from our Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees. Good for a free slice of apple pie at those participating Hy-Vee food stores. And one of you lucky Colonel fans will drive off with a 2002 Chevy Cavalier from Pat McGrath Chevyland. The drawing to take place during the game on Sunday. It starts at 2. Ball 2 outside to Mayer. Now Caleb takes a home run cut and misses. Strike one. You need not be present, but we'd sure like to have you here Sunday when that drawing is held for the 2002 Chevy Cavalier from Pat McGrath Chevyland. You've been able to register all month long at Pat McGrath Chevyland or here during Colonel games for that new car. Swinging a foul into the screen. Strike 2 to Caleb. The only stipulation on Pat McGrath Chevyland Sunday is that you must be 18 years or older with a valid driver's license and proof of insurance if your name is drawn as the winner of the 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Remember, half-price hot dogs, and everybody gets a coupon redeemable for a free slice of apple pie at area Hy-Vees. The 2-2 to Caleb. A chopper to shallow short, charged by Jerry Gill. He throws quickly on the run for the out. Caleb Mayer tapped one to the left side, a chopper, and Jerry Gill charged it and threw out Mayer. 2 away in the Colonel 4th inning. Bases empty for Jake Mathis. 1-0 Kernels. A pair of lefties hooked up in a pitching duel here this afternoon. Boy, there's a funny contraption where our games are down the left field line. It's a inflatable trampoline of sorts. I don't know if they call it a moonwalker or what the name of that thing is, but kids are inside that thing bouncing up and down. A line drive into left center. Jake Mathis is 2 for 2. Jake Mathis, facing a lefty, stroked the first pitch he saw and dumped it into left center for a 2-out single. Hey, let's use the same formula we did in the second inning, a single by Mathis and an RBI double by Dvorsky. Let's try to replicate that. Yeah, I don't know what they call that contraption, but kids are out there in a big inflatable box with screens around it, and they're jumping up and down. I don't know if they blow air into that thing or what the mechanism is, but they love jumping up and down. I think it's called a moonwalker. Ball one taken low by Alex. Boy, this crowd has as much enthusiasm as any we've had all season. Ball 2, a fastball high and away from Jared Doyle, making his 8th start of the year. A 3-1 winner Thursday in Beloit's Pullman Field. Game 1 of a doubleheader. He went 7 innings. Only gave up a run on 3 hits, struck out 4, walked 2. Maybe Todd Klaus will put the hit and run on with a 2-0 pitch looming. Mathis, a short lead at first. Now the lefty steps off. Oh, what a beautiful day here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. The 2-0 to Dvorsky. Ball 3 low. And you're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We send our best to Demetrius Hages. Demetrius is tuned in down at the Zone, 2nd Avenue and 5th Streets. Demetrius. A line drive belted into left center. It's a base hit in front of Richie Barrett. Mathis holds at second. Alex Dvorsky's 2 for 2. He smacked a 3-0 pitch into center field, and Mathis moves up into scoring position. 2 out, 2 on for Matt Brown. Now the Colonels have out-hit the Silverhawks 6-0. Only lead the game, though, 1-0. Let's see if Matt Brown can keep this 4th inning 2-out threat alive and turn it into a rally. Mathis at second, Dvorsky at first. 2 out. Matt Brown struck out on a changeup to end the Colonel's 2nd inning. Brownie, a right-handed batter. Cuts on the first pitch and fouls it over the screen, strike 1. Also, we want to give a Colonel hello here on the Zone to Tom Hearn. Tom Hearn, the general sales manager, along with Demetrius Hages at TV9 and the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600. And, of course, a hearty hello to our broadcasting partner, Scott Unash. Scott will be with us Thursday night here at the ballpark for Perfect Game Baseball Card Night. I know Scott's coming to make sure that his 2 youngsters, Ryan and Aaron, get a pack of those Perfect Game Baseball cards. Ball 1 is down and away to Matt Brown, right-handed batter, slightly open stance, uses a pair of dark blue batting gloves, trying to add to a Colonel narrow 1-run lead here in the 4th inning, with Mathis at second and Dvorsky at first. The 1-1. Swing and a tipped foul, strike 2 on Matt Brown. Oh, is this crowd buzzing? A lot of kids, the Spirits, the Cedar Rapids Spirits are here. A couple of big groups filling the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion, and a big group enjoying the action on the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. Louder, says the Rockwell Collins game link. A high pop foul. Out of play to the right. The count remains 1-2 to Matt Brown. Bev Taylor's our in-studio engineer. The Silverhawks play Matt Brown to hit the other way. If Matt could pull one down the left field line, he'd drive in a pair of runs. That's how far Jared Ball is off the line. He's playing way towards center field as the left fielder. 2 on, 2 out. Brown tips one foul into the middle of the catcher and strikes out. That ends the Colonel's scoring threat in the 4th inning as the lefty got Matt Brown on strikes for the 2nd time today. No runs for the Colonels in the 4th inning, a pair of hits. There were no South Bend errors. The Colonels leave 2 on. We stranded 4. Wow, we've out-hit the Silverhawks 6-0, but we only lead them 1-0 as we head to the top of the 5th inning.
Okay, so I'm dropping my daughter off at daycare, and as I'm walking out, I see myself in the double door. Uh-oh is right. My hair looks terrible. My ends are all scraggly, and my roots. Did you see my roots? I can't believe I've been walking around like this.
Have you tried Cost Cutters?
Oh, I'd love to get my hair done, but who has the time? With work and the kids, I barely have time to find matching socks, let alone time for my hair. Besides, I need the works.
Just go to Cost Cutters. They'll have you in and out looking great in no time.
Yeah?
Yeah. At Cost Cutters, the stylist will keep you looking great with a new cut, some color, even highlights. Check out mine.
Oh, so Cost Cutters is your secret.
Yep. I even get my favorite products there. You know, shampoo, conditioner.
That's it. I'm going to Cost Cutters.
Right now?
My roots, thank you.
There are a dozen Cost Cutters here in our area, each offering a relaxed, convenient hair care experience with no appointments and no hassles. Cost Cutters makes things easy and affordable with professional stylists who care about you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
I cannot face anyone but me. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong from right. I know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy all around each generation. They got their own kind of sounds. Come to shout it out. It's that Toya Pepsi.
Micah Posey, the Colonel lefty, has set down the Silverhawks in order the last 2 innings. He's retired 7 in a row overall. The Kernels hold a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be the lower third of the Silverhawk order. Joe Wilkins, a catcher, walked with 1 out in the 2nd inning, stole second, but was left aboard. The first pitch to Joe Wilkins is hit back to the hill, knocked down by Micah. He barehands and lobs to first to get the batter. 8 in a row for Micah Posey. Joe Wilkins bounced one sharply back to the mound. Micah Posey reached up about chin high, knocked it down. It rolled to the base of the mound on the grass. Micah picked it up with his bare hand and threw the batter out. 1 out on 1 pitch. Our Colonel Did You Know question brought to you by the Kernels. Visit us online at www.kernels.com, Kernels. And you can preview coming attractions and promotions or order tickets. A strike is called, now a pitch low to Rudy Santiago. He walked in the 2nd inning but was erased in a 6-3 double play. 1-0 Kernels. Top of the 5th inning. The 1-1 is tapped foul up the first base side. 1-2 now to Rudy Santiago. You can call our box office at 896-7560, 896-7560 to order Colonel tickets for upcoming games, including this Memorial Day weekend. The 1-2 to the left-handed batter is high, a curveball. Our Colonel Did You Know question. Did you know that in 2001 at Bank One Ballpark, Jeremy Burnitz and Richie Sexson of the Brewers both socked 3 home runs in the game. And it was the first time in big league history that 2 teammates hit 3 homers in the same game. Well, I never knew that, but thanks to the Kernels, we now know it. Ball 3 to the batter. He loops one into shallow center. There's Quan Cosby coming in and to his right, and Quan makes a good running catch. Boy, oh boy, Micah Posey is now retired. 9 straight Silverhawks. The last man to reach against him was the batter who just flied out to center, Rudy Santiago. Since then, 9 in a row for Micah Posey. Can he retire the Silverhawks in order for the 3rd straight time? Swing and a miss by Richie Barrett, strike 1. Yes, our Colonel Did You Know question, September 25th, 2001, Bank One Ballpark, home of the parent club of the Silverhawks, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Brewers Richie Sexson and Jeremy Burnitz each belted 3 home runs in a game at the Bob on September 25th, 2001. First time ever in big league history that 2 teammates hit 3 home runs in the same game. Jeremy Burnitz and Richie Sexson. Ball 2 is low and into Richie Barrett, right-handed batter. Swing and a miss on a changeup, strike 2. Micah Posey is within an out and a strike of retiring his 11th straight Silverhawk, and he's within an out and a strike of mowing down South Bend in order for the 3rd straight inning. The 2-2 to the number 9 hitter. A Base hit into right center. Oh, lofting it over the head of Kayaspo was Richie Barrett, and that's the first hit of the day for the Silverhawks. Richie Barrett on a 2-2 pitch went the other way and lashed one just over the head of Alberto Kayaspo for the first hit of the afternoon for the visiting Silverhawks. 1-0 Kernels, tying run at first. 2 out, top of the 5th inning. Micah Posey waits as Richie Barrett has to take off a plate of fiberglass guard on his lower right leg. Barrett has a big lead at first. He's not going. Ball one high as it looked like Richie Barrett was going to be running. Richie has great speed for a big guy. He's 6 for 7 in stolen base attempts. Richie Barrett may be running. The Silverhawks are 3rd in the league in stolen bases. He draws the throw, and he's back standing up. Kirby, our great friend from the Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling Department, is down below. He's going to show this big crowd how to dispose properly of gift wrapping paper. They got the runner picked off. Mathis throws to the shortstop. Save! Oh, Jake Mathis had just a little trouble getting it out of his glove. His throw was too late to get Richie Barrett. I'll be darned. Micah Posey threw in behind the runner, and then Jake Mathis had trouble getting the ball out of his mitt, and by the time he did, his throw to second was not in time as Richie Barrett slid in head first, and now a foul straight back here. Down below towards TV9's John Campbell it goes. Oh, Don Black from KNRA. I think that's Big D. He tried to take the ball away from John Campbell. A high drive into center. Quan Cosby has it measured. Quan to his right makes the catch to end the inning. Jerry Gill flies to center. He's 0 for 3. Micah Posey pitches around a 2-out single as well as a stolen base. In the 5th inning, no runs for South Bend. 1 hit, a stolen base. There were no Kernel errors. The Silverhawks leave a runner, their 4th man stranded of the afternoon. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Kernels lead South Bend 1-0.
The new Veterans Memorial Stadium is among the most awe-inspiring attractions in our great community. The most common remark made by first-time visitors to our new ballpark is simply, wow! The dazzling giant scoreboard, the roomy seats, the spacious concourse, and yes, the numerous women's restrooms all evoke that wow reaction. The most alluring element of all, though, is that perfectly nurtured, lush, green field that composes the diamond. Thanks to Peck's Flower Garden and Landscaping, the aura and magic of the Field of Green in the new stadium can be replicated in your very own yard. That's right. The experts at Peck's are teaming up with the renowned Kernel Grounds crew to award one of you with a Field of Green lawn makeover this spring. Just stop into the Garden Center at Peck's to enter. The Peck's Field of Green dream could be yours. Register this spring in the Garden Center at Peck's, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast.
The ability to read. Nothing's more important in predicting the future success of a child. Thanks to the generous, ongoing support of Toyota Financial Services, Kernel players visited a record 25 schools last spring to encourage children to read, with a series of dazzling rewards from Toyota Financial Services serving as incentives. An all-time high, 1,451 girls and boys read last summer. The Kernels salute Toyota Financial Services. 1-0 Kernels. 1-0 Kernels. Bottom of the 5th inning. We'll have our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question for you in the top of the 6th inning, so stay tuned for that. Beautiful day at the ballpark. 54 degrees. A strong breeze blowing from left to right. Micah Posey has one hit the Silverhawks through 5 innings. The Kernels scored a run with 2 outs on an RBI double by Alex Dvorsky back in the 2nd inning and lead it 1-0. Quan Cosby takes outside as Kervin Jacobo is playing even with the bag at third, about 8 feet off the line. He's suspecting a possible bunt by Cosby. Quan singled, chopped a Ball over the pitcher's head and reached on an infield single to start the third inning, but they couldn't get him home. Kwan now swings and lofts one foul behind home plate. Strike one. Cosby's been nursing a sore hamstring. He played last night for the first time in almost a week. Rancel Melgarejo got 6 starts in a row. He's being rested today. Big crowd here this afternoon. And it really brings the ballpark to life. A good swing by Cosby, and Kwan lashes one foul into the top of the net. He's in the hole 1-2. Richie Barrett shaded way around into right center for the Colonel number 9 hitter. Fireworks this Friday night thanks to Commercial Federal Bank. Big gap in left center for Kwan. Jared Doyle working ahead in the count 1-2. A slider down and in, and a swing and a miss. Quan Cosby fans, and that's the 4th strikeout for the South Bend Southpaw. B.J. Weed is flown out to right, flown out to center. He bats for the 3rd time this afternoon. With 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Kernels. Boy, you get a day like today and you wonder. You scratch your head and just wonder about how beautiful life can be. And I don't say that in a Pollyannish or insincere way, but I guess you get in your mid-years like I am and you really realize what a blessing a day like today is. A ballpark full of fun-loving Colonel fans, including thousands of kids, a great ball game, and the chance to be with you on the zone. The 0-1 to BJ. A curve, and he taps it foul toward the South Bend third base dugout. Yeah, you don't appreciate things like beautiful days and family and friends until you get a little bit older in life, and then you realize what it's all about. Nothing in 2 to BJ. Doyle is set. A fastball, and BJ strokes it off to the right in the air, foul. Jared Doyle is one of those lefties who, when you come to the ballpark, you'd think, I can hit that guy. He doesn't throw that hard. He's not that big. But then you get in there against him, and nothing's down the middle of the plate. He spots the ball and has terrific command of all of his pitches. Weed in an 0-2 hole. Takes in the dirt, ball 1. Yeah, Jared Doyle is a very smart pitcher. He's won 2, he's lost 3, but that 1-loss record is not indicative of his talent. The league is only hitting .217 against him, and his earned run average is under 3 for a team that's 8 games under 500, South Bend. South Bend is in 6th place in the 6-team Eastern Division first half standings. They're 4 games back of 5th place Battle Creek and 8 games out of first place. Lansing leads the East by a game and a half over. Here's a little looper into right off the end of the bat. It falls. A 1-out single for B.J. Weed. They threw in behind him and he's out. Oh, no. B.J. rounded first, and the right fielder, Rudy Santiago, fired in behind him, and Big Lou Elwitz tagged the stunned Colonel hitter out. A bit of trickery as B.J. Weed rounded first. The right fielder threw in behind him, and B.J.'s credited with a 1-out single, but then he's thrown out. 9-3. Oh, brother, that hurts. We've out-hit South Bend now. 7-1, but only lead the game 1-0. Yet another base-running boo-boo by the Kernels. Oh, my goodness. B.J. rounded first base, and the right fielder Santiago threw a strike, and Lou Elwitz tagged the stunned Colonel batter out. Now a line drive into the left field corner. Extra bases for Alberto Callaspo. He'll go to second as the left fielder Jared Ball gets it back in. And I'm not saying that cost the Kernels a run because I'm not sure BJ would have scored, but he certainly would have gone to third. There should be runners at second and third with one out, but we'll take what we have, a runner at second with two out for Eric Ibar. Oh, brother. Well, let's hope Eric Ibar can pick up B.J. Weed, who was trapped off first base moments ago after singling into right. Now the Kernels have 2 hits in the inning and 8 today. 8 Kernel hits, yet we're only ahead 1-0. Scoreboard says we have 7 hits, but I'm going to go with my book and say we have 8. Ibar 1 for 2. Swing and a miss on a good changeup down and away from the left-hander. Kernels trying to add to their 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Callaspo at second with his 13th double of the year. Alberto leads the club with 13 doubles. The lefty Doyle not paying any attention to Alberto. He's focusing all of his attention on the batter, Eric Ibar. Switch hitter batting right, the 0-1. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. Eric stands right on top of the plate, so sometimes he has to move away from a strike. 1-0 Kernels, bottom of the 5th inning. We've out-hit South Bend 8-1, but only lead them 1-0. The 0-2 to the Kernel shortstop, Eric Ibar. The runner goes. A tap to the left side. Backhanded by Gill. Throws in time. Oh, a close play at first. And Jerry Gill just nipped Ibar to retire the Kernels. Man, oh man, we have 8 hits in 5 innings and have only scored 1 run. A base running blunder hurts the Kernel chances to add to their lead here in the 5th inning. No runs, 2 hits. There were no South Bend errors. The Kernels leave a runner aboard. We've stranded 5. And after 5, Kernels 1, Silverhawks nothing.
This is the time of year for all sorts of special occasions. Graduations, weddings, plus the usual birthdays and anniversaries. Your friends at Solid Waste and Recycling remind you, wrapping paper cannot be recycled. Once the presents are opened and the party's over, your options are put the gift wrap in the trash, or better yet, reuse the wrapping paper instead of throwing it away. Remember, don't put gift wrap in your blue recycling box. Either reuse the paper or discard it with the
Toyota
rest
takes
of your
another
trash.
leap forward in material handling efficiency. Hub Toyota Lift would like to introduce you to the new Toyota AC electric forklift. AC technology provides unprecedented acceleration, dramatically increasing operator cycle times, thus increasing production. And because DC components are no longer needed, you will significantly lower your maintenance costs. A clean, running, dependable unit is the result. Coupled with today's attractive interest rates, there's never been a better time to join Toyota's AC revolution. Contact Hub Toyota Lift in Cedar Rapids, Peoria, Des Moines, and Davenport.
Here are 3 important facts you should know about Progressive Homes. First, Progressive Homes is our area's authorized builder of all-American homes of Dyersville. Second, Progressive Homes invites you to visit their model homes. They're located on Williams Boulevard Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Finally, Progressive Homes is committed to making your home building experience pleasant and exciting. Come see what Progressive Homes can build for you. Progressive Homes, your complete builder of all-American homes.
Well, thanks to our board of director, Al Smith, a couple of special guests, Marcia Hughes and her husband Joe, are kind enough to take in a little of the action here from the Zone broadcast booth. We're going to the top of the 6th, and it's 1-0 Kernels. Even though we've out-hit the opposition 8-1, we only lead the Silverhawks 1-0. A base running blunder in the bottom of the 5th by B.J. Weed hurt the Kernels. I'm sure B.J. was as shocked as anybody when the right fielder Rudy Santiago threw in behind him from right field after he'd singled. Now Micah Posey delivers a strike, a ball low, and it's 1-1. to Jared Ball, the number 2 hitter, a switch hitter batting right. He's 0 for 2 today. Micah Posey's been sensational. There's a ground ball to the left side, and it's going to be an infield single. Once it got to the left of Matt Brown, no chance for Eric Ibar. Eric tried to backhand it deep in the hole. Even if he had come up with it cleanly, it was going to be an infield single for Jared Ball. Well, that hurts the leadoff man aboard for the first time today for the Silverhawks. We've had 26 different Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winners this spring, and we're going to have our 27th here this afternoon. If you've won a $5 gift certificate from the Springhouse and a wooden token for a free cup of coffee at the Springhouse, if you've been one of the 26 Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winners, please don't call in this afternoon. Certainly play along wherever you're tuned in to Colonel Baseball. John Mark Sproul takes a strike at the knees. Oh, the Colonels would love a double play, pop-up or strikeout. Holding a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. John Mark Sproul, a left-handed batter, had 5 hits last night in the 16-4 South Bend pummeling of the Kernels. The Springhouse Family Restaurant, now serving broiled salmon every day. Boy, does that sound good. Broiled salmon available at the Springhouse every day and night. A throw to first, and the runner gets back. We're going to give you the number to call after we give you the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Make sure you speak loud and clear, because with this crowd of over 4,000 here this afternoon, our great helper Darcy Ehrman will need your help in speaking clearly and loudly on the telephone. Another throw to first, and again, the runner back. The Colonels have a right-hander up in their bullpen, Austin Bilkey. Our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question revolves around the 3,000 Hit Club. You know most of the members. Most of them are Hall of Famers. Well, only 4 members of the 3,000 Hit Club got their 3,000th hit before their 40th birthday. We want you to name one of them. Name one of 4 members of the 3,000 Hit Club who got their 3,000th hit before they turned 40 years old. That's our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Now, a game of cat and mouse between Micah Posey and the left-handed batter, John Mark Sproul. You have a Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question to think about. A big Uncle Charlie is high, 1-1 to Sproul. A leadoff infield single by Jared Ball, and Posey is working very deliberately here, trying to help the Colonels protect a narrow 1-run lead, 1-0. Austin Bilkey warming up in the Colonel bullpen. The runner not going. A high fly ball into shallow left, tracked by Caleb Mayer, and Caleb comes in a few steps and makes the catch. John Mark Sproul lofted one, a lazy fly ball into shallow left, and Caleb Mayer battled the high sky and sun, but made the catch. 1 out, 1 on for the cleanup batter, Sean Llewellyn. The number to call for our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, 896-7615. 896-7615. 896-7615. The number to call for the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Llewellyn, a big right-handed batter, takes outside, a pitch out, ball 1. We've had an incorrect guess. We've had an incorrect guess to our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. 896-7615. 896-7615. A throw to first and the runner back. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, a changeup, and Llewellyn would have needed a 10-foot-long telephone pole to hit that pitch. One and one to Sean Llewellyn. A throw to first. The tying run, Jared Ball, back safely. 1-0 Kernels. Top of the 6th inning. 1 on, 1 out for South Bend. The runner goes. A pitch high, and Abruzzo can't handle it. It's a stolen base for Jared Ball. Oh, boy, Jared had a pretty good pitch to handle, high and away, and in transferring the ball from his glove to his throwing hand, Jared lost the handle, and it's a stolen base for ball, and now South Bend has the tying run at second with 1 out and a 2-1 count on Sean Llewellyn. 1-0 Kernels, top of the 6th inning. Ball 3 down and away from Micah Posey. It looks like the Kernels will go to Austin Bilkey if they need to, because Mike has made quite a few pitches. Swing and a miss, and it's a 3-2 count now on Llewellyn. We do have a correct answer in our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, and we'll give you the good news in a little bit. The payoff pitch. A high fly ball to left center. It's a mile high. Quan Cosby makes the catch. The runner holds at second as Quan hit the cutoff man. Now, an unrelated announcement. Okay. Darcy Ehrman, I'm sorry. I got the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question mixed up with our guests, Marcia and Joe Hughes. It's Al Smith's birthday? You're sure about that? It's Al Smith's birthday. It is Al Smith's birthday. Let's see if we can find him and confirm it. Al Smith, why didn't you tell us? It's Al Smith's birthday. An anonymous caller answering the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question lets us know that it's Al Smith's birthday. He kept it a secret from everyone, including his guests, Marcia and Joe Hughes. We have a winner to congratulate in our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Only 4 members of the 3,000 Hit Club got their 3,000th hit before they were 40 years old. We asked you to name one of them. And Jeremy, we're trying to get the pronunciation. Jeremy, Tirtirin. Jeremy Tirtirin of Jessup Circle in Iowa City is our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winner. We'll ask Darcy which of the 4... an intentional walk and a ball almost thrown over the head of a Bruzo. Sean Llewellyn is flown out to center. Now the Kernels are going to put Nielsen Talon on intentionally. And it was Jeremy Tirtirin of Iowa City who correctly identified Roberto Clemente as one of the 4 members of the 3,000 Hit Club to get their 3,000th hit before he was 40. That's right, Jeremy of Iowa City. Roberto Clemente ended his great career with 3,000 hits, and then in the off-season was taking a plane from Puerto Rico to Nicaragua on a relief mission, and his plane tragically crashed in the Atlantic Ocean, and Clemente passed on. Jeremy Tirtirin of Iowa City, you've won a $5 gift certificate to the Springhouse Family Restaurant. You've won a wooden token good for a free cup of coffee at the Springhouse as our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. The other 3 members of the 3,000 Hit Club who got their 3,000th hit before they were 40, Rod Carew, George Brett, and Robin Yount. So congratulations. Jeremy Tirtirin's wife's name is, here's a pitch outside, ball 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Marcia Hughes' husband's name is Scott, not Joe. I'm sorry about that, Scott. My mistake. Thank you so much. The right-handed batter, Kervin Jacobo, is taking 2 pitches inside, and it's first and second, 2 out, and Micah Posey trying desperately to keep the Kernels ahead by a run here in the 6th inning. 1-0 Kernels. We've out-hit South Bend 8-2. Swinging a foul into the screen, strike 1 to Kervin Jacobo, who drove in 4 runs last night. Kervin this afternoon is 0 for 2. Micah Posey has just issued an intentional walk to Nielsen Talone. It's first and second, 2 out, 1-0 Kernels, top of the 6th inning. Micah's 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Oh, if Micah Posey can get out of this 6th inning, you'll hear a big, big roar from this almost capacity house here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Deuce is wild. 2 out, 2 on. The 2-2 pitch. Instead, Micah whirls and looks the runner back to second. The game in the top of the 6th inning, 1-0 Kernels. And with the tying run at second, the 2-2 is outside. Kervin Jacobo now with a full count. And Von Hayes signaling to his runner at first that he should be running on this 2-out full count pitch. With the Kernels having trouble scoring runs in the month of May, this next pitch could determine the outcome of this afternoon's game. It's that crucial. Here it is. A high pop foul, and that one will be up onto the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. And we'll do it again with Jared Ball running from second and Nielsen Talone from first. Kervin Jacobo fouled one off to the right. Micah Posey's pitched his heart out here today. He's trying desperately to get out of the 6th inning and keep the Kernels ahead. Here's the payoff pitch. A high pop foul again. Up onto the grandstand roof. Boy, the plot thickens here in the top of the 6th inning. The Kernels have out-hit the Silverhawks 8-2. Neither club has made an error. The Kernels scored the only run of the game back in the 2nd inning. A 2-out single by Mathis, followed by an RBI double to left from Dvorsky. Kervin Jacobo, a tall, lanky, switch batting right-handed, is batting .236 on the year. Hit his first home run of the year last night, drove in 4 runs. There go the runners. A little pop-up. Can somebody get it? The pitcher? No! Jake Mathis caught it! Sliding onto the warning track material, a headlong sprawl. Jake Mathis made a spectacular catch in foul ground to keep the Kernels ahead. Wow, Jake Mathis came racing in from first as 2 of his teammates desperately tried to get to that foul pop, and Jake Mathis, speeding in from first, avoided a collision with the pitcher Micah Posey, with the Kernel receiver Jared Abruzzo, and a headlong dive in front of the Kernel dugout. It was caught by Jake Mathis. And the 6th inning ends thanks to great pitching from Micah Posey and a spectacular diving catch in foul ground by Jake Mathis. In the 6th inning for South Bend, no runs, 1 hit, a stolen base, a walk, and the Silverhawks leave a pair. They've stranded 6. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Kernels still on top of South Bend, 1-0.
Good day, everyone. Scott Udash joining you, and thanks for tuning into The Zone, ESPN Radio's 1600 KCRG. Here's your upcoming sports lineup. Thursday, the Kernels start the second half of this current homestand as they take on the Clinton Lumber Kings. We'll have it for you from Vet Stadium. John Rogers' dugout interview comes your way at 6:10. Now, on Friday the 23rd of May, we've got more Kernel baseball. Kernels and Clinton once again at the Vet. 6:10 is your pregame. No Hawkeye Downs racing this week on Friday night. And taking a look at the weekend. No Coach's Corner on Memorial Day weekend as well. We will have Kernel baseball later on Saturday. 4:40 the pregame as the Kernels once again entertain the Clinton Lumber Kings. 4:40 is your pregame. That's your upcoming sports lineup as we take a peek at the upcoming Memorial Day weekend right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio.
I brought my family to America for a better life.
It's a shame, really. The way outside differences
I know my English isn't so good, but it's my second language.
can keep us at a distance from some pretty nice people.
I may look 80, but inside I'm still 26.
When all we have to do is look past the difference
Sometimes my wheelchair gets in the way.
and see the person inside.
Just a reminder from the people of the United Methodist Church to go the distance.
Hammering one foul off the catcher's mask of Joe Wilkins is his fellow catcher, Jared Abruzzo. Jared's 0 for 2. Well, as Al Smith has to depart with his guests, Marcia and Scott Hughes, I know Al Smith would appreciate me reiterating what a glorious scene this is here today. The park is packed, everyone comfortable, wholesome, family, affordable entertainment. And Al, I almost thought of, it might bring a tear to your eyes when Doodles, the mascot from Chick-fil-A, teamed up with Mr. Shucks to do the chicken dance. I'd say 2,000 kids were on their feet doing the chicken dance. And Al, all those times the with Mr. Shucks to do the chicken dance. I'd say 2,000 kids were on their feet doing the chicken dance. And Al, all those times the bubble was burst in trying to get this new ballpark built, I think all of it was made up for today, wasn't it? Thanks to Al Smith. And Al, happy birthday to you. Thank you for bringing in Marcia and Scott Hughes. Jared Abruzzo has swung and missed at a 2-2 pitch, and he's down on strikes, one away in the 6th inning. 1-0 Kernels. Caleb Mayer pops one foul off to the right, strike one. We did a very slim 1-0 lead. A breaking ball just high to Caleb Mayer. The last time Austin Bilkey worked was Friday in Dayton. So he should be very well rested, the Colonel right-hander, warming up down the right field line. The 2-1. Swing and a tip foul. Mayer now even on the count 2-2. I don't think Bilkey's ever warmed up in front of 1,000 screaming kids to his left. He must feel like some sort of prime catch at a zoo. Those kids are looking at him, some of them banging their thunder sticks. Sorry, kids, Austin can't give you an autograph while he's warming up. Ball 3 rides up and into Caleb Mayer. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0 Kernels, 1 out, nobody on. And the payoff pitch to the Colonel left fielder. Swing and a foul rattled into the screen. Caleb protecting the plate on a 3-2 pitch. Another payoff delivery. A high pop-up to the first baseman. Now the second baseman, Talon, in shallow right, makes the grab. Caleb Mayer on a 3-2 pitch, fisted one in the air to shallow right. Nielsen Talon scurried out to make the play, 2 out. And Jake Mathis, who scored today's only run, is 2 for 2. A shift of sorts is on for Jake Mathis. The center fielder, Richie Barrett, is swung way around into right center. Jake lines one into the stands just above the third base dugout. Thankfully, a lady ducked just in time in the second row of premier seats. She's pointing now how close that ball came to her. She's in a black vest, or a black sweater with a gray shirt. She's all right. The 0-1 to Jake Mathis. Swing and a miss, strike 2. If we have seen the last of Micah Posey, what a pitching performance he turned in here this afternoon. The 0-2 to Mathis. Huge foul, almost into the dugout of the Silverhawks, third base side. That breeze continues to blow across the diamond from left to right. I'd say at a good 18 to 20 miles an hour. Another 0-2 from the lefty. A high pop foul. There may be a play for the catcher, Joe Wilkins. No, it's one row into the seats, and a youngster had it skim his nose. He's all right. He's looking around thinking, how could that ball hit me in the nose when I had a cap on? He's holding his cheek, but he's all right. His mom's looking him over. And hopefully the kid will get the souvenir. Now they're taking him to be looked over at the St. Luke's First Aid Station. But he's all right. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jake Mathis retired for the first time. The Kernels go down in order for the first time since the first inning. A new Colonel Hurler will likely take over. This is anybody's game as we go to the final third. The Kernels go in order in the bottom of the sixth. As we head to the seventh, Kernels lead South Bend 1-0.
Remember when you were a child and there was a safety patrol person near your school to make sure you could cross the street safely? Don't you wish you had a safety patrol with you to help you conduct your life safely? Scott Draper, your Pekin Insurance agent at Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion, can help you feel safe with the right insurance coverages. For the right insurance for your home, auto, life, health, and business, see your Pekin Insurance agent, Scott Draper at Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion. A U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen, brought to you by U.S. Cellular. Stop by a U.S. Cellular store or call U.S. Cellular at 1-888-BUY-USCC, 1-888-BUY-USCC. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you. Micah Posey, 6 scoreless innings in his second professional start. No runs, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, 5 walks.
And the new Colonel hurler is Austin Bilkey. Austin last worked Friday in Dayton. He pitched 1 inning, gave up a run on 2 hits, struck out 2 and walked none in a Colonel loss to the Dragons. Austin Bilkey is the new Colonel hurler, and he's set to go and fires a strike to Joe Wilkins, a switch-hitting catcher, who leads off here in the top of the 7th, 1-0 Kernels. Austin's 0-1. Up and away, a fastball. Bilkey's 0-3 this year with 4 saves, an ERA of just over 6. He's appearing for the 17th time, his 1-1 delivery. Low and away, ball 2. Austin's pitched 17 2/3, given up 23 hits, fanned 21 batters in 17 2/3. Allowed 6 base on balls, the league hitting .291 against the Colonel right-hander. 23 years old, Austin Bilkey. Wilkins zips one foul into the screen. And it's 2-2 to the switch-hitting catcher, Joe Wilkins, the first man to face Colonel reliever Austin Bilkey. Micah Posey can win this game. He cannot lose it. 1-0 Kernels, top of the 7th. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Some high heat from Austin Bilkey. And Austin blew one by Joe Wilkins. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Austin starting off on the right foot. Here's Rudy Santiago. Rudy has walked and flown out to center. He's 0 for 1. Kernels with 8 hits. South Bend with just a pair. 1-0 Kernels. Ball 1 down and into Santiago. At any moment now, we expect Mike Kuhlbeck, our Director of Marketing and Public Relations, to share some great news with us on the attendance front. Ball 2 down and away to the left-handed batter. A 2-out RBI double by Alex Dvorsky has the Kernels up by a run, 1-0 here in the top of the 7th. Bilkey wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his white home Colonel uniform. A 2-0 pitch is lifted foul over the third base Silverhawk dugout. Outfield plays Santiago straight away. Ooh, a borderline pitch was ruled downstairs. It's 3-1 to Santiago, the number 8 hitter, batting .229, no home runs, 8 RBIs. Now a pitch pulled foul outside at first into the Colonel right field bullpen. It's a full count. Austin Bilkey. In relief for the starter, lefty Micah Posey. Don't ask me how Colonel Equipment Manager Ron Klein can retrieve a baseball and not give it to those kids. That's downright, well, never mind. Rhodey, come on now. You're our best figure of goodwill. Toss that ball up into the stands, and you'll make yourself thousands of friends. I'll reimburse you the $750. But Rhodey's very protective of those baseballs. Shaking his head, no, I can't give them away. Uh-oh, a deep drive into right, and on the run, B.J. Weed makes the running grab. A 3-2 pitch was ripped into right, the sinking liner, and with that wind swirling, B.J. Weed had it all the way. Rudy Santiago lines out to right. 2 gone here in the 7th inning. Richie Barrett, the number 9 batter, is 1 for 2 today. 2 gone. Austin Bilkey made a very good pitch on a 3-2 count to Santiago, and now his slider is outside. Ball 1 to Richie Barrett. To our in-studio engineer, Bev Taylor. Bev, we're going to keep it right here after this 7th inning, the top of the 7th, Bev, I'm going to deliver a special message to our listeners from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. So Bev Taylor, our in-studio engineer, we will keep it right here. We'll take a 30-second break after the Peck's announcement, Bev Taylor. We will run a 30-second spot after I talk to our listeners about Peck's. So Bev Taylor, just stand by. You'll hear me talking about Peck's, and then I'll send it to you for a 30-second break. 2-1 to Richie Barrett. Austin Bilkey, the right-hander, has retired the first 2 Silverhawks in his first inning of relief. Barrett pops one into right, down the line and deep, and dancing underneath it to make the play in right is B.J. Weed. Richie Barrett got good wood on it and sent it deep to right, where B.J. Weed raced back to his left, and in front of the warning track, B.J. caught it. Down in order go the lower third of the Silverhawk order in the top of the 7th inning. Austin Bilkey was great in his first inning of relief. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. We're going to keep it right here for a minute and then send it back to Bev Taylor. We want to share some important words with you from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. It's spring planting time. It's spring planting time, and your dream gardens await you at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. For the best plant selection in the area, plus all the free expert advice you'll need to make it grow. The greenhouses at Peck's are filled with beautiful colors, gorgeous hanging baskets, rose bushes, patio pots, and blooming annual flower plants for gardens and planters, including the best and newest bloomers for sun or shade. Grow your own vegetables and herbs with Peck's large selection of favorite vegetable varieties ready to plant. Hundreds of varieties of hardy or perennial plants, plus acres of trees, shrubs, and evergreens for your landscapes. Visit Peck's Flower and Garden Shop, where Peck's knowledgeable staff of experts is ready to answer your plant and gardening questions. It's spring planting time, and your dream gardens await you at Peck's, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. Peck's has been growing with the Cedar Rapids area since 1956. A 30-second break, and we're back with the Kernels 7th after that.
Looking for a sure way to bring your daughter or son the thrill of a lifetime? Then visit Taco Bell and register them for a chance to be drawn as a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy. As a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy, your child will receive a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy t-shirt. Collect autographs from the Kernels and take the field with the Kernel player for the national anthem. Being a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy will provide your kid with an unforgettable feeling of excitement. All it takes is a visit to Taco Bell.
Alex Dvorsky, who's driven in the only run of the afternoon, has popped a foul off into the plaza section down the right field line. Strike one. You're enjoying the sights, sounds, and excitement of Kernel baseball here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Dvorsky facing lefty Jared Doyle to start the Kernel 7th. A let-up is in there, and it's 0-2 to Alex. Alex is 2 for 2 today. An RBI double back in the second, a 2-out single in the fourth. 1-0 Kernels. The 0-2 hit Alex, and it hurt. Alex was struck in the lower left arm, right above the elbow, and from my days of physiology, I think it was his tricep. Alex Dvorsky on an 0-2 pitch was hit. That was the last thing that lefty Jared Doyle wanted to do. There are 2 hurlers up on their feet in the left field bullpen of the Silverhawks. That's the first hit batsman today for either club. Now, Matt Brown, who has struck out twice, may be called upon to bunt. Matt Brown may be called upon to bunt here in this bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0 Kernels. Brownie is fanned twice. He may be bunting. He is bunting. A throw to first, and Alex back safely. Well, there's no suspense now. The whole ballpark knows that Matt Brown is being called upon to bunt. Matt had to tip his hand early as the lefty Doyle threw over to first. Will Brownie be bunting again? We'll see. Here's the first pitch to him. He squares, takes a curve high and away, ball one. Brown can afford to be selective. The third baseman in on the edge of the grass for South Bend. That's Kervin Jacobo. Dvorsky, a short lead at first, draws the throw, and Alex is back standing up. Hayden Glemo warming up in the Colonel right field bullpen. Austin Bilkey was terrific in the 7th inning in relief of Micah Posey. 1-0 Colonels, bottom of the 7th. The left-hander for South Bend in their bullpen is Sam Tolley. Sam Tolley, a lefty. A high pop-up into shallow right. This could be trouble. It's a foul ball, and Nielsen Talone in foul ground near the Colonel bullpen snares it. Matt Brown was swinging, and he fouls out to the second baseman. Now the Colonels will have to try another means of getting Dvorsky home, as the Colonels decided not to bunt with Matt Brown at the plate. Quan Cosby has one of the Colonel 8 hits today. It came in the 3rd inning, an infield single. Dvorsky at first. Quan's first swing is a foul straight back. We still eagerly await the attendance numbers for today. 0-1 to the Colonel switch hitter, Quan Cosby. Ball one, high and away. This is one of those days, if you're a kid, that hopefully you'll never forget. A day at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium with friends and teachers. A throw to first, and Alex belly flops back in, hand first. The only run of the afternoon was plated by the Colonels in the 2nd inning off of this lefty, Jared Doyle, who's allowed 1 run on 8 hits through 7 in the 3rd innings. A throw to first, and Alex back again, hand first. We're not sure who the right-hander is in the Silverhawk bullpen. We'll try to find out. We have found out. Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique Gonzalez, who pitched Sunday, is the right-hander. Ooh, a big bender caught the outside corner to Cosby. It's 1-2 to Quan. A day off tomorrow. And the 8-game homestand continues with the first of 4 starting Thursday night here with Clinton. Perfect Game will be giving out a set of Colonel baseball cards to the first 1,000 kids 12 and under on Thursday night. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Quan Cosby. A double play ball to second. Talone to the shortstop, 1 on to first, double play. It went 4-6-3, and the Colonels failed to capitalize on an 0-2 pitch that hit Alex Dvorsky. He's erased in a 4-6-3 double play. In the 7th inning, for the Colonels, no runs, no hits, a hit batter, no Silverhawk errors, and nobody left. The Colonels have stranded 5 in 7 innings. Well, it's been quite a ball game. Terrific pitching by both sides. Austin Bilkey back to the mound for the 8th. The Colonels 1 and the Silverhawks nothing.
Previously on the Tony Kornheiser Show.
Dave Gavitt joins us now. One of the things I definitely wanted to talk to you about is this notion of the ACC attempting to try and poach teams from the Big East.
The people in the ACC should fall on their knees and pray that Miami says no if they have the votes, because it's ridiculous. As we speak today, Tony, I'm not sure the ACC has the votes to do this anyway. And I don't know if they can get Miami to do it, so not sure, but I think it's a bad idea.
Syracuse and BC are, of course, founding members of the Big East. Why would the ACC why would they attempt this?
The mentality is that if we're going to go to 10, we got to go to 12 so we can have divisional play in football and a one-game playoff a la the SEC and the Big 12. Well, the fact is that it's worked for the SEC and it's worked for the Big 12, but those are different breeds of cat. Pure and simple, this is a bad idea.
The Tony Kornheiser Show. Weekdays on ESPN Radio.
Cedar Rapids Kernels, that's a good time show.
Blast into Memorial Day weekend with a fireworks show at the ballpark Friday, May 23rd. It's Commercial Federal Fireworks Night. Fans will be treated to a top-notch fireworks show following the Kernels game against the Lumber King. Friday, May 23rd. Tickets on sale now. Veterans Memorial Stadium ticket office, on the internet at Kernels.com, or by phone at 896-7560.
Cedar Rapids Kernels, that's a good time show.
Here we go to the 8th inning, 1-0 Kernels. Austin Bilkey and the Kernels will have to guard against a possible bunt attempt by Jerry Gill. Do you smell a bunt attempt? I'm not sure. Austin retired the side in order in the top of the 7th, the lower third, and now Jerry Gill is asking for a first base coach, and so is Vaughn Hayes. The skipper of the Silverhawks needs one of his position players to coach first. Vaughn Hayes is wearing a black South Bend jacket. It looks like he could still play. He's 6'6", and he had a 12-year big league career with Cleveland, the Phillies, and the Angels. Vaughn Hayes coaching at third. His Silverhawks bat in the 8th inning. A high pop foul will reach the Miller Mezzanine Terrace, strike one. Strike one on Jerry Gill. He's fanned twice and flew out to center against Micah Posey, the Colonel 20-year-old. 6 shutout innings, having given up just 2 hits. The Colonels have out-hit South Bend 8-2, but lead them just 1-0. Here's a high pop foul off to the right. It's 0-2. Our long-awaited attendance count is here. Andrea Murphy from last year is here. Andrea, hold up the number with your fingers that the attendance starts with, and I'll open my eyes. It does start with the 4. Andrea, give us the good news. 4,502. Swing and a miss by Jerry Gill. A slider right in on his hands. And Austin Bilkey carved up the leadoff batter. Got him on 3 pitches. And Austin looks very impressive this afternoon. He's now set down 4 straight Silverhawks. And he struck out his second man. 4,502 here this afternoon. 4,502. Ball 1 is outside to Jared Ball. He's batting left-handed for the first time this afternoon. And TV9's John Campbell happy to report as well that this is a line drive, base hit into left center. TV9's John Campbell sharing good news with us. This is the largest crowd of the season on this beautiful, cool, windy Tuesday afternoon. The tying run is at first. Jared Ball lashed a single just over the head of the shortstop, Eric Ibar. It's only the 3rd hit of the day for the Silverhawks. And they have the tying run at first for John Mark Sproul. And my bet is that the Silverhawks will hit and run right here. They have a man at first who has 13 steals and 18 tries, and they have a left-handed batter at the plate who had 5 hits last night. I think a hit and run is imminent, but a strike on the outside corner, strike 1, to John Mark Sproul. Now joining lefty Hayden Glemo in the Colonel bullpen is right-handed Australian Rich Thompson. 1-0 Kernels, top of the 8th inning. 1 on, 1 out for South Bend. Austin's delivery is poked foul off the end of the bat into one of the suites above the third base side. It's 0-2 to John Mark Sproul. What an afternoon of baseball. Wish you were here along with the 4,502, but ecstatic that you're tuned in on the Zone on this beautiful Tuesday. 0-2 to John Mark Sproul. Will Austin waste a pitch? Yes, he did, as he threw down and in, ball 1. Ann and Eric Hearn took the afternoon off. They're waving. Ann works for the county and Eric for the fire department. It's great to have them here. Ann and Eric Hearn are here this afternoon. The Roadrunner gives a thumbs up from the Colonel dugout. A pop-up double player strikeout would be what the Kernels would love. An off-speed pitch is outside and low. Austin now even 2-2. Austin's best pitch is his fastball, and if he can get it in on the thumbs of John Mark Sproul, we might get a double play. We've had one this afternoon. It came back in the Silverhawk second inning. Is the runner going? No. A high pop foul off to the left. It's still 2-2 to the number 3 hitter, John Mark Sproul, who raised his average to 307 with a 5-for-6 night last night. Not a cloud in the sky, beautiful sunshine, a strong breeze going from left to right. 1-0 Kernels, top of the 8th inning. Austin is set at the letters. Another 2-2. The runner goes. Oh, a pitch low, ball 3, and Abruzzo couldn't get it out of his glove. A stolen base for Jared Ball. I thought it was strike 3 called. It looked good enough to me to be a strike 3 called, but the plate umpire froze and watched as Jared Ball stole second. Well, that hurts. That hurts. Jared couldn't get it out of his glove. It was an off-speed pitch, so I doubt if he'd have gotten Jared Ball. Ball is in scoring position now. And here's the payoff pitch to John Mark Sproul with the game on the line. Line drive! What a step by Mathis! What a stab by Jake Mathis to keep the Kernels ahead! John Mark Sproul hit a bullet headed toward the right field corner, and Jake Mathis reached out and robbed him of an extra base hit, kept the Kernels ahead, and has made his second spectacular play at first base today. John Mark Sproul lined out to first, and Jared Ball, with good base running, held at second. Whew. John Mark Sproul whistled that ball so hard that I think it burned a hole in Mathis's glove. Jake pounding the leather to make sure that that ball didn't burn a hole in his glove. And it's still a 1-0 Colonel lead here in the 8th inning. A line drive smacked by John Mark Sproul not only would have tied the game, but Sproul would have wound up at second, if not third. But it was Jake Mathis reaching out to his left, fully extended. Jake had to put his glove up and to his left for that BB launched by John Mark Sproul. Now here's Sean Llewellowitz, a right-handed batter. A strike is in from Austin Bilkey. Austin is 1 out away from getting out of this inning. What a game it's been. Terry from Pekin Insurance, Terry Frank, and his friend Bruce have joined us here in the late going, and maybe it's due to their presence that we've held on to the lead. A curve is outside. Ball 1 to Sean Llewellowitz. Top of the 8th inning. Kernels holding a 1-0 lead. And it's been that way since the second. The 1-1 to the cleanup batter. Slider, strike 2 called. Austin Bilkey's pitching with confidence and poise. This is his second inning of relief work. He's not allowed a run. He did give up a 1-out single here in the 8th. Then Jared Ball stole second. Llewellowitz is in the hole, 1-2. Austin pitches. A high pop foul, and will it stay in play? No. It's halfway up the plaza section where the kids scramble for it. Everybody on the edge of their seats here in this top of the 8th inning. 1-0 Kernels. Llewellowitz is 0 for 2. He walked back in the first inning. He's a strong right-handed batter with plenty of power. He's in the hole, and he takes up and in a ball from Austin Bilkey. Hayden Glemo and Rich Thompson continue. Well, they're not throwing anymore in the Colonel bullpen. They're standing and staying loose. With the tying run at second, the 2-2 to the cleanup batter. Oh, a broken bat looper, and it's a base hit. I'll be darned, we're tied at 1. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. A broken bat blooper just out of the reach of Kayaspo, and we're tied at 1 here in the 8th inning. I can't believe how bad a luck that was. Well, we told you how strong Llewellowitz was, and he muscled one out of the reach of Kayaspo to tie the game. That's just bad, bad luck. Bilkey made a good pitch. Llewellowitz fought it off, broke his bat, and I'll be darned, Kayaspo missed by a foot getting a glove on it. And we've out-hit the opposition 8-4, but we're tied 1-1. I just can't believe what we're going through in the month of May. Wow. We're 6-13 in the month of May. Here comes a pinch runner for Llewellowitz. It's going to be Haley. Adam Haley will run for Llewellowitz. Adam Haley has come on here in the 8th inning to run for Sean Llewellowitz. Man, sometimes you're just plain old snake pit. And here comes Todd Klaus, likely signaling a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. We'll see if Todd makes a move. He's talking it over with Austin Bilkey. I still can't believe this game is tied now. Boy, we play a great ball game, and now we're tied. Well, we are going to have a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. It's brought to you by U.S. Cellular. Stop by a U.S. Cellular store or call U.S. Cellular at 1-888. That's 1-888-BUY-USCC. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you. Hayden Glemo is taking over. We're tied at 1 in the top of the 8th inning. A 2-out broken bat single over the head of Alberto Kayaspo off the bat of Sean Llewellowitz brought home Jared Ball. Austin Bilkey goes an inning and 2/3, surrendering so far 1 run on 2 hits. He struck out 2, he walked none. Now Hayden Glemo, a lefty, called upon to pitch to Nielsen Talon, a right-handed batter. Hayden Glemo pitched brilliantly here in a Colonel 6-5 loss on Sunday. He went 2 2/3, no runs, 1 hit, struck out 2, walked none. Hayden Glemo is 1-1 on the year. He's on for the 17th time, a 4.07 ERA. Hayden's pitched 24 1/3 innings, given up 19 hits in 24 1/3, struck out 21, walked 13. The league hitting .219 against Hayden Glemo. Now, what about Jack Haley, the pinch runner at first? Well, Haley has no steals on the year. He's been caught 1 time. But knowing Vaughn Hayes, he'll probably have Haley running with a slow-throwing left-hander. Hayden Glemo pitching here in the top of the 8th inning. Boy, oh boy. What a tough way to give up the lead, but we're into an awful rut where we get all these hits every game and just don't score any runs. And Todd Klaus has tried everything. Hitting runs, letting guys swing on 3-0. but we can sure get a lot of hits. And it really should be 2-1 Kernels because of that base running mistake that we made back in the 5th inning. A leadoff single by B.J. Weed. They threw in behind him. The next man doubled. So a Kernel base running mistake has hurt. Boy, every little mistake we've made in this month of May, which has us with a record of 6-13, every little mistake has come back to really haunt us. Ball 1 is low to Nielsen Talon from Hayden Glemo. 1-1 the score, top of the 8th inning. Boy, oh boy, I can't explain it. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Hayden pulled the string on the right-handed batter. We've out-hit South Bend 8-4. We out-hit South Bend Sunday 12-7, but lost the game 6-5. I know it's driving Todd Klaus up a wall. He's tried everything. Now the 1-1 from the Colonel lefty. Swing and a miss, another good off-speed pitch. 68 miles an hour, according to the McDonald's speed pitch indicator. And Talon steps all the way out of the dirt batting circle. Vaughn Hayes flashing signs from third. May have his pinch runner, Jack Haley, running. 1-1, top of the 8th inning. Hayden is set below the chin and throws over to first. The pinch runner back safely. Well, some of the kids have had to head out to their buses. 4,502, the largest crowd of the year. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right-handed batter, Talon. Haley not running, a curve, and it's a little looper into shallow right. B.J. Weed back and makes the grab. Good job by Hayden Glemo, and let's credit Austin Bilkey. It wasn't his fault that the Silverhawks tied this game. A broken bat single by Sean Llewellowitz brought home the tying run. All right. In the 8th inning for the Silverhawks, 1 run on 2 hits, a stolen base. There were no Colonel errors. The Silverhawks strand 1. They've left 7. Let's get a run for the first time since the 2nd inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Colonels 1 and South Bend 1.
What can I help you with here at Big Time Motors?
Well, I'm looking for a used car. I like this one. What's the price?
Listen, lady, I don't sell prices. I sell cars. But I guess if you must know, it's this.
Wow. That's $2,000 more than the one low price on the exact same car at Randy Keel Honda. And I didn't even have to ask them. Randy Keel has the prices posted for every car on their lot.
Well, we've got the best service department to stand behind our vehicles.
Really? Randy Keel showed me they're number 1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. How do you know yours is the best?
My manager told me.
Thanks, but I think I'm going back to Randy Keel Honda to get the best price and the best service.
But I could throw in a free air freshener to put over the rearview mirror.
Nice try.
Randy Keel Honda understands what you need when you're looking for a new or used car. They post their prices clearly, so you don't have to guess, and they'll never pressure you. That's why they're number 1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. And they just won the President's Award from American Honda. Come find out for yourself. Randy Keel Honda is on Center Point Road in Cedar Rapids, or you can visit them at randykeel.com.
Save money by taking the bus to work. By riding the city bus, you could say goodbye to gas and car maintenance costs. Studies show that transportation is second only to housing when it comes to household expenses. Five Seasons Transportation and Parking wants to help your bottom line. We provide bus service to the metro area for the cost of a 75-cent fare. Compare that to your daily gas and parking expenses. Monthly and 10-punch bus passes are also available. For more information, call 286-5573 or visit our website at www.crbus-parking.org.
7 innings for starter Jared Doyle. He cannot win this game. He cannot lose it. He went 7 innings, allowed 1 run on 8 hits. The lefty Doyle struck out 6. He walked none, and he hit a batter. Our first look in the series at lefty Sam Tolley, T-A-U-L-L-I, Sam Tolley, a lefty on the hill for the Silverhawks. Top of the order for the Kernels in the bottom of the 8th, 1-1 the score. The season's largest crowd on hand, 4,502. Let's see if B.J. Weed can reach to start this 8th inning. He may be bunting. No, he swings and took a healthy cut and missed strike one against Sam Tolley. Boy, you'd never know South Bend was in the basement in the Eastern Division first half standings. They have played so good in this series, so well. A curve and another swing and a miss by B.J., strike two. From Sam Tolley. 0-2 on the year. This is his 10th relief appearance, a 5.02 ERA. Tolley ahead of B.J., 0-2. Weed is 1 for 3. He singled with one out in the 5th inning, but was thrown out rounding first base. He rips one foul on the ground past third. It's still 0-2 to Weed. Tolley has pitched 14 1/3 innings on the year, given up 18 hits, struck out 9, walked 7. The league hitting .316 against the lefty, Sam Tolley. We're tied at 1, and we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. B.J. now pokes one foul off to the right to stay in the hole, 0-2. Tolley's a 23-year-old southpaw. He went to LSU, and he's from Louisiana. Sam Tolley, Taulli. The 0-2 to B.J. Fouled into the net. That one has a couple of the cameramen backing up. Is one of them John Campbell? I can't tell. Is John? Yeah, John's still down there. BJ's had a good bat. He's fouled off 3 0-2 pitches. Now a curve does him in, a swing and a miss. So Tolley got B.J. Weed on 3 curveballs and strikes him out for the first out here in the 8th inning. Boy, this Kernel club has to be almost seething with frustration. To have 8 hits today, out-hit the opposition 8-4, yet you're in the 8th inning tied at 1. Well, all you can do is go to work and try to score for the first time since the 2nd inning. And helping the Kernels take a step in that direction is Alberto Callaspo. He corked one through the middle for a base hit. Alberto has the Kernel 9th hit of the day. A 1-out single here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-on, 1-out for Eric Ibar. And my best guess will be that Todd Klaus will do some running. Now the key will be, can Callaspo get a good read against the lefty Tolley? The Kernels have had terrible problems getting picked off this year, so Alberto has to gauge the move of this lefty. He draws the throw, and he's back standing up. The Kernels have several options, the first of which is a hit and run. The second would be a straight steal attempt by Callaspo. The third would be to do nothing and let Eric Ibar simply swing away. He does swing away, and he pops one into shallow right. And coming on to make the catch in shallow right, a throw to first, wild, and there goes Callaspo, the go-ahead run to second. Wow, I think Alberto intentionally tried to draw a throw. A good throw might have doubled him off first. The throw was heaved over the first baseman's head by Rudy Santiago. A big throwing error by Santiago, E9. After he caught the shallow poke into right, Ibar flies out to shallow right. Callaspo was way off first, thus he drew a throw. The throw was high over the head of the first baseman and went all the way to the base of the backstop, and then Callaspo lit out for second, and he made it. Well, every little mistake we make is magnified. Let's take that mistake made by the right fielder and turn it in to a run here. Jared Abruzzo's 0 for 3 today. He could give the Kernels their first run since the 2nd inning, and he could put the Kernels ahead with a 2-out base hit. Tolley's first pitch is low, a curveball. Abruzzo with 25 RBIs leads the team. The Rally Monkey is hopping up and down on the Rockwell Collins Game Link video board. Abruzzo, a switch hitter batting right, waits as the lefty spins and looks the go-ahead runner. Callaspo to second. The Kernels got a big break when the right fielder Santiago trying to get a double play. Whipped to throw over the head of the first baseman, sending Alberto into scoring position. A beautiful curveball is a strike called. It's 1-1 to Jared, who steps all the way out and looks to see if Todd Klaus has any special signals for him. Jared trying to deliver in the clutch. Takes a curve low, ball 2. It's funny to watch the rally monkey as he bounces up and down, so do the kids below. And you know, there's some warped psychologists that claim that television and videos have no effect on kids. Give me a break. Look at those kids responding to the rally monkey. Of course children are influenced by images they see. Why otherwise would we even advertise our messages? Ball 3 is high, a fastball, and with a base open, I'm not sure the lefty's going to give Jared anything good to hit. There are those kids acting as jumping beans again as they watch the Anaheim Angel Rally Monkey doing his thing up on the Rockwell Collins game link. A 3-1 hitters count for Jared Abruzzo. Can he put the Kernels ahead here in the bottom of the 8th? With Kayaspo at second and 2 out. A little nubber foul to Todd Klaus, the Kernel manager, at third. Kayaspo at second, a full count to the Kernel cleanup batter. 1-1 the score, bottom of the 8th, 2 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Base hit it, no, it carries out. Base hit into left, base hit into left, base hit into left. Throw home, not in time, not in time. 2-1 Kernels. 2-1 Kernels. Jared Abruzzo hit a rope into shallow left. A sinking liner. Jared Ball looked like he was going to catch it. He dove, he trapped it. And Kayaspo scored here in the 8th inning to make it 2-1 Kernels. Jared Abruzzo on a 3-2 pitch drilled it into left. You could hear it tied my tongue in knots. I said base hit. Then I said, uh-oh, wait a minute, John. That ball may carry out to the left fielder, and it almost did. Jared Ball, desperately with a headlong sprawl, knocked it down. With 2 out, Kayaspo scored to make it 2-1 Kernels. And now a summit at the mound directed by the skipper of the Silverhawks, Vaughn Hayes. What he's telling his ball club is, get the final out of the 8th inning. And we know we can rally in the 9th inning. We've proved that in this series. The Kernels have other designs. They'd like the inning to continue. Jared Abruzzo came through in the clutch, didn't he? On a 3-2 pitch, he lined a single into left. A curve is low to Caleb Mayer. 2-1 Kernels. And how big was that throwing error by the right fielder? It has cost the Silverhawks a run. We hoped the error would be magnified, and it was. The 1-0. A bender, a strike at the knees to Caleb Mayer. 2-1 Kernels. Bottom of the 8th inning. Abruzzo, a very short lead at first. A curve slapped to shallow second. Nielsen Talon will sidearm it to first in time to get Caleb Mayer. And the Kernels in the 8th inning earn a big roar of approval from the crowd. They score 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 very costly South Bend error. The Kernels leave 1 and have stranded 6. Who will pitch the top of the 9th? 18-year-old Australian Rich Thompson. After 8, Kernels 2, Silverhawks 1.
Nature provides a built-in mechanism for animals to get ready for their future. Animals start hoarding food in the early autumn, knowing it will be scarce during the winter. We don't seem to have that same kind of savvy. Pekin Insurance Agent Teresa Brunsheen at Family Insurance Center in Monticello can help you plan ahead. Teresa can help you make sure you have the right insurance coverages for your particular needs. Nature's message is clear. Prepare. See Teresa Brunsheen, your Pekin Insurance Agent in Monticello at Family Insurance Center.
My name is Brenna Lunch, and I grew up here in Cedar Rapids, and I just graduated from Jefferson High School last spring. I was a drum major, I was in show choir and choir, I was dance team captain. I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I got older, so I figured Kirkwood was the place to go to get your basic education. It's going to be smaller classes, so it's not going to be jumping right into the huge universities. More personal, one-on-one teacher-student relationships. I'm actually majoring in a 2-year degree program, so I'll get my AA after 2 years at Kirkwood. So 2 years at Kirkwood, 2 years at UNI, and everything transfers over, so it'll be really nice. I'm taking pre-college writing. I'm also taking Calculus 1, and then I'm taking a Fundamentals of Jazz and Modern Dance, which is a night. They're actually new this year, so a lot of people don't know about them. I have some more friends that are going there, and it'll be easy to go into a college where I know people as well as teachers, and I'll be close to home.
Log on to kirkwood.edu.
A U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen has Rich Thompson on the hill. Rich Thompson, the fourth Kernel pitcher of the day, and he'll face Kevin Jacobo, Joe Wilkins, and Rudy Santiago. Those are the hitters due. Now, wait a minute. Neb Brown, a left-handed batter, is going to pinch hit. Neb Brown will pinch hit for Kevin Jacobo. Rich Thompson is on the mound. He felt terrible about Sunday's development. He was brought in to try to protect a 5-4 lead and was unable to protect it. Hurt himself by throwing a bunt away. And his first pitch to the pinch hitter, Neb Brown, is low for ball one. 2-1 Kernels here in the top of the ninth inning. As Neb Brown takes a strike, it's 1-1. Neb Brown in this series is 2 for 11. He scored a run, went 1 for 5 in the South Bend rout of the Kernels last night. He's a left-handed batter, and he pops one up. Now it won't be an easy play. And it's caught by Abruzzo. The reason I said is that Matt Brown was coming on and ran out from underneath his hat, but it was Jared Abruzzo outside of third who made a terrific catch on a foul pop by the pinch hitter, Neb Brown. One tough out gone, one out recorded here in the ninth inning. 2-1 Kernels. They've out-hit the Silverhawks 10-4. Thompson trying to save it for Hayden Glemo. Ball one down and in to Joe Wilkins, a switch-hitting catcher. Rich Thompson's on the mound. One out, top of the ninth inning. Rich is 1-1 on the year. He was charged with the loss here on Sunday. Ball two is low to the batter. Rich with an ERA of under 0.50. It's 0.39. He got Neb Brown, the pinch hitter, on a foul pop. And now he fires a strike called. Wilkins was taking all the way. 2-1 to Joe Wilkins. Strike two called. A cut fastball from the Kernel 18-year-old right-hander. Rich pitched an inning on Sunday, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned on 2 hits, struck out 1, walked 1, and he was pinned with the loss. His backdoor curve was ruled outside by Aaron Banks. Ball 3. Can Rich keep the tying run from reaching here in the ninth inning? This 3-2 pitch will likely answer that question. Here it is. Swing and a miss! Swing and a miss! Strike 3! Rich Thompson on a 3-2 pitch fanned Joe Wilkins. 2 gone in the ninth. Rudy Santiago at the plate. Well, whatever happens here, we have the utmost respect and admiration of our opponents, the South Bend Silverhawks. A letter-high fastball, clocked at 88 miles an hour, strike 1. The Kernels have played errorless ball in the field and hold a 2-1 lead here in the top of the ninth inning, trying to gain a split with the South Bend Ball Club. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, a curveball. Now listen to the crowd. They'll tell the story with the count 0-2 here in the top of the ninth inning. Rich Thompson's ahead 0-2. We'll let the crowd let you know what happens on this 0-2 pitch. Here it is. A little looper into shallow center. A base hit. A base hit. Oh, all Rudy Santiago did was reach out and flick his wrist. And he blooped one into shallow center, just beyond the reach of Eric Ibar, well in front of Quan Cosby. The Kernels were within a strike and an out of a victory. But now the tying run at first. Rudy Santiago has 6 steals in 11 tries. Well, here we are now with the go-ahead run at the plate. As Rich Thompson was ahead of the batter, 0-2, but then he just reached out and dumped one into shallow center. Dan Callahan, who played in the series opener, is going to pinch hit for Richie Barrett. Callahan's a left-handed batter out of one of the most prestigious liberal arts schools on the East Coast, Tufts University, Medford, Massachusetts, Division III, non-scholarships school, but a great baseball program. Callahan takes in the dirt, ball 1. Dan Callahan hitting 196. No homers, 4 RBIs. Callahan played in the series opener. This one coming down to the wire, 2-1 Kernels, the 1-0. Strike at the knees to Dan Callahan. It's 1-1. Callahan was 1 for 4 here on Saturday. Has not played since in the series. The 1-1 from Thompson. Ground ball to second. Kayaspo to Ibar for the Colonel win. For the Colonel win. Rich Thompson got Dan Callahan, the pinch hitter, to wrap out on a hard hit ball. Kayaspo one-handed it, underhanded it to Ibar for the 4th of Rudy Santiago, and that does it. A Colonel 2-1 win, one of the most needed Colonel wins of the season, following that heartbreaking loss Sunday and the pounding the Kernels had to endure last night. And again, our extreme praise to the visiting South Bend Silverhawks. You'd never know they were a last-place team. In the ninth, no runs for the Silverhawks. 1 hit, a 2-out single. There were no Colonel errors. The Silverhawks leave a runner. They stranded 8. Wow, what a fantastic win for the Kernels. 2-1. Hayden Glemo is credited with the win. He's 2-1. Rich Thompson records his 3rd save of the year. Lots ahead coming for you on the Colonel Curtain call after this Colonel 2-1 victory. We'll get started with it in a moment.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
Miller Lite, Miller Time, track 4.
Like a friend that's always been down
Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through.
When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks. High-speed copying, color copies, oversized copies, manuals, booklets, graphic design, posters, banners, and presentations. CopyWorks does it better. When it's important to you, CopyWorks lets your work shine through. When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks.
It's time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
A delightful Tuesday afternoon. The biggest crowd of the season looked on, and the Kernels, in a nail-biter, beat the Silverhawks 2-1 to earn a split in their 4-game series, and the Kernels are 2-2 in the midst of an 8-game homestand. It was a terrific ball game, highlighted by 6 scoreless innings from Kernel 20-year-old lefty Micah Posey, just his second start as a professional, and in 6 innings he blanked the Silverhawks, only allowing 2 hits, fanning 3, and walking 5. The Kernels took the lead in the second inning with 2 outs today. Jake Mathis, the first of his 2 hits, walloped a single into right off the Silverhawks starter Jared Doyle. Alex Dvorsky followed with a run-scoring double that he belted off the base of the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion and left. Mathis scored 1-0 Kernels. The Silverhawks, meanwhile, were shut out through 7 innings by starter Micah Posey and relief pitcher Austin Bilkey. The Kernels had a chance to add to their 1-0 lead in the 5th inning when B.J. Weed stroked a base hit into right, but Rudy Santiago, as B.J. rounded first, threw in behind the Kernel batter, and Sean Llewellyn tagged the stunned B.J. Weed out. The next batter, Kayaspo, doubled to left, and that really robbed the Kernels, that good throw by Santiago, and the base-running mistake by B.J. It hurt the Kernels because we couldn't score a run in that 5th inning. In the 8th inning, Austin Bilkey, with 1 out, surrendered a single to Jared Ball. He stole second. After John Mark Sproul lined out to Jake Mathis, who made a terrific catch to keep the game 1-0 Kernels, Sean Llewellyn on a 2-2 pitch broke his bat and just did dump one over the head of Kayaspo, the second baseman, into shallow right center. A broken bat single sent our hearts sinking as Ball scored to tie the game at 1 in the 8th inning. In the bottom of the 8th, however, the Kernels got a 1-out single through the box by Alberto Kayaspo. Alberto then, on a fly ball to right that was caught by Rudy Santiago, Kayaspo drew a throw from Santiago. Rudy's throw, way over the head of the first baseman, ricocheted off the railing of the Kernel first base dugout, caromed to the base of the backstop, and Alberto Kayaspo ran to second into scoring position. A huge error committed by Rudy Santiago, the only misplay by either team this afternoon. Then Jared Abruzzo on a 3-2 pitch lined a single just in front of the diving left fielder Jared Ball. Abruzzo's RBI drove in Kayaspo, his 26th of the year, and the Kernels led 2-1. In the top of the 9th, Rich Thompson got the first 2 Silverhawks, surrendered a 2-out single on an 0-2 pitch to Rudy Santiago, but then pinch hitter Dan Callahan was retired on a force-out Kayaspo to Ibar to end the game. What a game it was. The Kernel win ups our home record to 15-12. Overall, we're 22-23. Here's the final line score. The Kernels 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors. We left 6. South Bend 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. They stranded 8. Hayden Glemo pitched a third of an inning in relief of Austin Bilkey, retired the only batter he needed to. Hayden Glemo picks the win up. He's 2-1. A save to Rich Thompson, his third of the season. The loser for South Bend was lefty Sam Tolley. The game was played before a season-high crowd of 4,502, and it took 2 hours and 41 minutes to complete. 4,502 saw the Kernels gain a split with the Silverhawks by virtue of a thrilling 2-1 victory here today. A timeout on the Kernel Curtain Call. We return in a moment with our Kernel Plays of the Game.
ESPN is your nightly home for everything baseball with Baseball Tonight.
Elton, engine, stage right.
Featuring the day's webcam highlights and monster shot roundup.
Matsui, unloaded.
Check out who's hot and who's not as we take you around the league and touch them all. With unparalleled coverage by Peter Gammons and Carl Ravitch.
And double play, third.
An analysis from three-time Gold Glover Harold Reynolds and former manager Bobby Valentine.
I like what I see.
Play catch-up ball every night with Baseball Tonight. All season long on ESPN and ESPN2.
It's a fast-paced world. Things change at the speed of sound, yet some things never change, like your desire to deal with a solid, dependable car dealer. Zimmerman Ford has been around for 31 years. They still deal with a handshake and a promise to be there after the sale with quality service. Zimmerman Ford Town is Eastern Iowa's largest volume Ford dealer, and you don't get that way without being rock solid. Check them out on the web at FordTownUSA.com or in person on First Avenue in Cedar Rapids. Ford, BMW, Hyundai, and Mitsubishi at Zimmerman Ford Town.
John Rogers back with you on a lovely Tuesday afternoon, made even sweeter by a Kernel 2-1 victory. It's time now to enjoy our Kernel Plays of the Game. It was scoreless as a pair of lefties tangled here today. Kernel lefty Micah Posey and South Bend countered with southpaw Jared Doyle. With 2 out in the second inning, Jake Mathis singled into right field, and that brought to the plate for the Kernels Alex Dvorsky. Here's our first Kernel Play of the game.
The 0-1 to Alex. A curve, a deep drive to left. Maybe out of here. Off the top of the wall. They're going to wave Mathis home. He's going to score. On a double. Belted to the face of the Randy Keel Outfit Picnic Pavilion by Alex Dvorsky. The kids are jumping up and down. Alex Dvorsky slugged a double to the base of the Randy Keel Hopkins Picnic Pavilion, and he drove home Jake Mathis. 1-0 Kernels.
In the second inning. That's our first Kernel Play of the game, with the Kernels leading 1-0, and Micah Posey on the mound. South Bend had runners at first and second, with 2 out in the sixth inning. The batter was Kerwin Hockabo, and here's our second Kernel Play of the day.
There go the runners. A little pop-up. Can somebody get it? The pitcher? No! Jake Mathis running! Sliding onto the warning track material. A headlong sprawl. Jake Mathis made a spectacular catch in foul ground to keep the Kernels ahead.
The crowd loved it, as you could hear. A spectacular play, 1 of 2 turned in at first base by Jake Mathis. Our third and final Kernel Play of the game, bottom of the 8th inning. Kai Ospo at second, 2 out, and Jared Abruzzo at the plate trying to give the Kernels the lead.
Kai Ospo at second, a full count to the Kernel cleanup batter. 1-1 the score, bottom of the 8th, 2 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Base hit and roll, it carries up. Base hit into left. Base hit into left. Base hit into left. Throw home. Not in time. Not in time. 2-1 Kernels. 2-1 Kernels. Jared Abruzzo hit a rope in his shallow left. A sinking liner. Jared's ball looked like he was going to catch it. He dove. He trapped it. And Kayaspo scored here in the 8th inning to make it 2-1 Kernels.
What a clutch hit by Jared Abruzzo to bring home Kayaspo and help the Kernels to a 2-1 victory this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed those Kernel Plays of the game. We'll take one more time out on the Kernel Curtain Call and wrap things up here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon when we return.
When we met at Spaghetti, we would never forget Zio Giano's. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads, sub sandwiches too. Zio Giano's is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Giano's with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy all of mine. Each generation has time. They got their own kind of sounds. Come to shout it out. With that Toya Pepsi.
2-1 Kernels. The Kernels now just a game under 500. And, boy, I'll tell you, if we can, I'm not sure we're going to be able to win the title in the first half because of the real rough month of May we've had. But Kane County has really cooled off. And Wisconsin, a team that we handled pretty well up in Appleton in April, has moved into second place in the standings in the Western Division. And, boy, if the Kernels could just play well the remainder of this homestand with Clinton coming in on Thursday night, who knows what could happen the rest of the first half. But today it was a wonderfully played game by both teams, and the Kernels came out on top 2-1. Everything tonight in the Major League, so no scores to report on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, but we want to acknowledge our great friends from State Farm, agents Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, Gary Shubat, and Dale Thompson, because they stand by us every broadcast they have for the last 8 years, bringing us the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We have just a few minutes before the top of the hour, so let's remind you that Thursday the gates open at 5:30 for Perfect Game Baseball Card Night. The first 1,000 kids, girls and boys 12 and under, receive a pack of Kernel baseball cards from Perfect Game. The gates open at 5:30. Then on Saturday, a 5 o'clock start on Saturday, as we will play the Clinton Lumber Kings. And then, I forgot the biggest thing of all. Not the biggest thing, but we went from Thursday to Saturday, and we don't want to do that. Commercial Federal Bank fireworks. Commercial Federal Bank's fireworks night is Friday the 23rd. Big Bang Friday, one of the best attractions in all of minor league baseball. Get your tickets early, 896-7560. There should be a big crowd here on Friday night for Commercial Federal Bank's fireworks night. Then Saturday, a 5 o'clock start. The gates open at 4. Sunday, baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Pat McGrath Chevyland will be awarding a 2002 Chevy Cavalier to one of you lucky Kernel fans for that game on Sunday. Our area Hy-Vees will be giving away coupons redeemable for a free slice of apple pie from Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees, and hot dogs are only, they're half price on Sunday. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, Chevrolet, Pat McGrath Chevyland Day here on Sunday the 25th. The game starts at 2. The gates open at 1. That takes us to the top of the hour. You're tuned to The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Thanks to Bev Taylor, our in-studio engineer. Stay tuned for Game Day with Scott Unash here on The Zone. And again, thanks to Bev Taylor, our in-studio engineer. We'll greet you next on Thursday at 6:10 dugout interview time Thursday night here at home against Clinton. A marvelous ball game before a huge crowd of over 4,500. Kernels 2, South Bend 1. John Rogers wishing you a great rest of your Tuesday afternoon.